What's going on, guys? We are back. New webcam. I have my headphones set up. Let me know how this sounds to you guys, if I need to make any adjustments. Unfortunately, I can't charge my computer and use my microphone at the same time, so this is going to have to be what we do for this. Please let me know if everything sounds good. If it sounds muffled or anything, I can move it away from my face. I can adjust. Thank you so much for being here. It is trade deadline day. We're going to have guests throughout the day. Sam will be joining after the deadline. We will be showing him all of the trades that have happened since 9 a.m. this morning. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I appreciate it for letting me know how I sound. Why are people commenting Kawhi? Congratulations to Adultery Productions on getting rid of Tyus Jones. Your long national nightmare is over. And we are bringing to the stage our first guest today, Harrison Fagan. What's going on, bud?
You know, I'm just happy that the Lakers are. Can you not hear me?
You sound all muffled. You sound like it's like static coming.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Is my mic better now?
No.
Okay.
No, hold on. I was going to say switch settings. It just sounds static. I don't have anything professional. I mean, I literally just have my Xbox 360 2007 one going. So, we have been slopping it up.
Yeah, I think does this sound better? I got my George Sonos.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine to me. I was going to say, I know that, people said that it's RF interference. I'm so bad with the technical stuff. I use it, like 10 to 15 years ago, I was like the person that you would go to help with tech stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of stepped out of the game for a second. And now everything is so above my head. I tried to use OBS to stream once, and I was like, I'm going to kill myself. I was like,
I don't even know what that is. So, I'm right there with you. I think that's just probably the cycle of life is that eventually, you can only help your parents with their tech problems, but like you can't figure out the new stuff.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And but apparently the younger Zoomers are technologically illiterate. So we might have got on the last lifeboat out of the Titanic technology.
Well, and maybe actually illiterate. I don't know. Not to.
And also we might have literally gotten out of the last lifeboat on the Titanic, not figuratively speaking, like actually.
Unfortunately, we're still stuck here.
So we got a Shams tweet already saying that the Bucks are keeping Giannis. Shocked.
I can't believe it.
I mean, if you had asked me 48 hours ago, I would have said he's probably getting traded. If you'd asked me 24 hours ago, I would have said I was 50-50. By the time I went to bed last night and we saw the Porzingis trade happen, I was like, they're not trading him.
Yeah, I mean, it just, to me, this whole thing, the whole time felt like, and I understand ESPN has a job to do and like they need to get people to watch their trade deadline show and whatever. But it just felt like the whole thing was like, we're drumming up interest in this now so that you'll watch like NBA Today on Thursday. And, then he'll get traded in the summer. Like, I don't think that this means he's going to be a Buck long term, despite, his latest weird pregame, postgame interview with like one reporter one-on-one where he's like, I want to be a Buck forever. But, I think he's going to be gone this summer. But it just felt like
this. Like, we know how he feels and what he wants to do. But at the end of the day, there's no avenue for that to happen unless there's some incredible luck that comes their way via the lottery. And if he comes back at any point this season, which he probably will, they're not going to be that hot. Like, they're going to need some crazy luck to jump up. Like, they're going to need the Mavs last year. Like, they're probably going to end up with like the 9th pick. And like, you never know with the 9th pick in the draft.
Yeah, I'm just starting to wonder if like all these interviews that he's doing are like a cry for like, does Giannis think the NBA is rigged, or at least the lottery is rigged? And he's like begging Adam Silver. He's like, please give us the number 1 pick. I will stay in Milwaukee. I will keep Milwaukee relevant as a basketball market. Like, just give me my Cooper flag, please. Like, and we'll see if it works.
People are going insane because we have a massive trade that has happened that involving the Milwaukee Bucks. Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey have been traded to the Suns for Nick Richards and Nigel Hayes-Davis. That's a tax dodge by the Suns. And the Bucks, I'm assuming, probably get some seconds in this trade, unless they actually like Nick Richards. Because Nigel Hayes-Davis, don't think he's an NBA player. It was looking pretty good for the guys that were former EuroLeague guys that came over. We had the Exum one, then we had Yabu, then we had Nigel Hayes-Davis coming over, and now all of them might be out of the NBA next season.
Yeah, they sort of like they snuck back in. They're like, they're like, Yabu had a great Olympics. You got to sign me, and and it didn't exactly work out. Like, I don't know. I mean,
next year we're getting. Isn't Isak Bonga a Lakers legend? Did he ever?
Yes, he is. Yeah,
he's coming back. He's going to be the next one next year.
But funny Isak Bonga story. I did an entire profile on him as a Lakers rookie. I spoke to him one-on-one. I spoke to people around the team, like Lakers PR included. Like, I did not find out that his name was not Isaac until he left the team and was traded, and like people in Washington started. He just never corrected anyone with the Lakers the entire time.
I thought his name was Isaac the entire time he was in the NBA until we had Parm on once and he called him Isak Bonga. And I was like, wait, what? Is that his real name? And I had no idea.
Yeah, he just never corrected anyone with the Lakers. He's just like, yeah, no, Isaac, I guess.
What a proper gentleman. So the other thing that I wanted to say to you, how do you feel now that the Lakers, including JJ Redick, have more white shooters than 4chan?
I think the Lakers have taken a look at the direction this country is going, and they're trying to build a basketball team with that in mind.
Dalton Connect, Luke Kennard, Jake LaRavia, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves. I mean, the Lakers and the Celtics are really building a roster for, the future of America for sure.
For the 19, they're all trying to rebuild. They're both trying to rebuild the 1960s Celtics for some reason.
The Celtics Lakers rivalry is coming back. They see what's happening. Also, I do just want to point out, I didn't even realize that they traded Anthony Simons for Nikola Vucevic, which makes them both teams got even whiter at this deadline after being the two whitest teams in the NBA going into.
They know the real market inefficiency in the NBA is being able to play multiple lineups of 5 white guys. Like it is snow time in Los Angeles, and they're ready to unleash this market inefficiency on the league.
Snow time in Los Angeles, you call that lineup climate change?
We'll see. I think they may lose. They may lose a white before the end of the day. Like my guess is that Dalton Connect is not going to be on the team. I mean, he's not playing anyway, but and he's not demanded a trade. I think it got out that he demanded a trade, and then I think like his agent and the Lakers were like, no, Dalton can't afford that. He's not necessarily getting a second he didn't demand a trade. He just he indicated that he would like to consensually, mutually be elsewhere.
The white Furkan Korkmaz. Yes, I know. I've already called him that. So Windy apparently is saying that the Bucks are expected to shut Giannis down. So
did you hear him on the Hoop Collective the other day? He was saying that he phrased it as Giannis is threatening to come back. And
he's holding a knife at their neck.
He's like, I will play. You will not get the tank.
If you don't trade me, I'm coming back.
He's I'm gonna play. Thanasis is gonna play. We're just gonna storm the court. Doc's gonna have to pull us off.
Absolutely incredible. Good for him, man. Good for Giannis to threaten to make the team better and potentially. Honestly, even if Giannis comes back, I still think that they're probably going to be stuck in that 10 to 12 range. I think the highest they could possibly get is like 9 if they go on a run. I don't foresee them making any sort of playoff push. And as long as they're in the play-in, they still have a shot to jump up technically. So I just, I'm to the point where I always held firm on nothing ever happens with the Giannis stuff. And then things seemed like they were changing. And then this offseason, there's a massive extension on the table for him.
My guess.
If he takes that extension, then it's just let's stop talking about it.
If he takes that extension, I'm sorry, like he gets Dwight Howard's reputation for like the Dwight Mayer. The Dwight Mayer thing is like that. Now that's the Greek freak off, like it's just Giannis just changing his mind every other week about what he wants to do. Doesn't want to be the best. He's like, yeah, they gave me my favorite candy on the team plane. That was really why Dwight said that he opted in to his player option. Never forget. They had my favorite candy on the team plane. And I was just like, you know what? Orlando it is.
The other day, we thought he was leaving because he got traded, and then he came back with a bag of Skittles on the bench.
You can't leave those behind. That's a valuable asset. Like that actually might be part of the trade. Teams are making these transactions more and more complicated.
Definitely. Also, I do want to point out, we kind of did say it made logical sense for the Bucks to hold on until the offseason. Because what's going to happen now is you either get one of two things coming in the offseason for Giannis trade. Because right now the market was basically three teams. The Warriors, who just traded for Porzingis. The Timberwolves, who just traded for Ayo. So those two are out. And then Miami's the last team. If we get reports that Miami comes out and says they asked for too much for Giannis, they're just not serious. Because
I heard your rant about this on the JJJ pod this morning. I was listening to it on my way to go get coffee, and it was
their chance. This was their chance to make a difference and get in there before anyone else can, and just blow them away with a Godfather offer. And we know that Pat Riley likes to pretend like he's Italian, so the Godfather resonates heavily with him. So you put that Godfather offer on the table for Giannis, and then you have no competition. But if we find out that they're like, well, they didn't want to include XYZ, whoa,
that was great. I was like, whoa, you're leaning in. This is getting serious.
I'm just screaming and it zooms in. I'll have to adjust that later, but that's a new one.
That's the Alex Jones setting. It just like zooms in more on your face the louder you get.
When I'm ranting about Daryl Morey later.
Yeah.
So I just want to basically break down, like, Miami had a chance here where there were no other serious offers on the table, where they could have gotten a player that helped them win the Eastern Conference this year, and they could have gotten to a situation where they could have really cleaned up some of their roster, because it's not like Khalil Ware doesn't play. Like, he barely plays. The guys that are the long and short of it is that they had a golden opportunity here, and if they cheaped out, then I never want to hear about them being a serious, like, aggressive team ever again. Because now we're going to get to the offseason, and you're going to have the Rockets are going to join the conversation. The Hawks could join the conversation. The Spurs could join the conversation. Fuck, the Sixers could join the conversation. Now they won't, because Daryl Morey is asleep and he's in some sort of medical.
Well, it might overlap with one of the 3 days a year he works. You never know.
True. It's very true. Yeah. Well, he did actually do the opposite of what I normally complain about, which is he trades our draft picks away so he doesn't have to work on draft day. He did the opposite, where he traded one of the fan favorite players so that he actually has to do more work, which is the first time he's ever done that in his career. So honestly, shout out to him. But the long and short of it is that there's going to be a much bigger market for Giannis in the offseason. And then if they don't get the offer that they like, they're going to put that extension on the table for him. And I highly doubt that he walks away from that money. Just knowing what we know about how his career has gone so far, I highly doubt, because he'll say, well, I could always ask out in a year and we could do this whole song and dance again in a year.
Yeah, and that is the new way that guys get to places. Is that, like, as we've seen over and over and over again, guys take the extension, and then in a year you asked out because you want to get the extra, you want to get the extra percentage points on that extension that only the incumbent team can give you. And I will say, not to be this guy, but like you forgot a team in the teams that could get into the bidding this summer.
Lakers?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, at this deadline, if Austin Reeves was open to going to Milwaukee and signing an extension with them, like in the offseason, I think you guys would have had the best offer, which is funny to say, but like Austin would have been the best player that was put on the table. Like, I guess you're kind of splitting hairs between him and someone like Jaden McDaniels, but Jaden McDaniels, if you don't
or
have
Mobley, if the Cavs have gotten serious.
Sure. But like But Jaden McDaniels is great when you already have stars.
Yeah.
Like Austin doesn't need to have other stars in order to be a central focus of your offense is what I'm trying to get at here. So like Austin would be above if you're coming from Milwaukee's perspective than someone like Jaden, who's more of a complementary player.
I do think that Austin is a little overtasked as a number one. Like he definitely needs the threat of that other star. You know, even when he is the primary ball handler, like he needs the threat of that primary star to sort of get downhill and do like a lot of the Austin thing. Like he's great, don't get me wrong, but like he's not. You know, he's not. I don't think that he's like a franchise engine on his own.
Sure. Yeah. Will, welcome to the stage. So I do just want to say, Will, are you very excited that Sleepy Sean Marks woke up to waive Hayward Highsmith?
Yeah, you know, his deadline is done. You know, Wendy reported yesterday that the Nets will be involved in multiple deals, but it was actually McDonald's meal deals is what he was referring to. So
I can't imagine my GM doing that.
So
I heard he is exploring options on DoorDash right now, though.
You know, the I may have to call ICE on Sean Marks. You know, those get the Australians have to get out of here.
First off, he's from New Zealand.
That's right. I always forget that.
Yeah. We had Nick on stream last night doing his impersonation, and I forgot that he's actually from New Zealand. I do just want to point out here, Jake Fisher said that they're still hearing a lot about Miami. I'm assuming Ja or someone else.
I guess Ja. They should get Michael. No, actually, I don't want their picks. I don't know, because I know you always say this, Trill. Like, oh, Heat picks are worthless to me because they're never bad, but they're also almost never really good.
They're always in that team.
Like getting a pick at it. Like, I mean, obviously, unless you're the Nets, like it's pretty rare to trade top 10 pick. Like that's pretty. That doesn't happen very often where a team's giving you top 10 picks. It's like if you're consistent, like the Heat pick is always like 17th, which is like a pretty good outcome for a pick of. But you know the Bucks need Michael Porter Jr. You're hearing it more and more.
And we also talked about this a little bit. I don't know how it zooms like that. How do I get it to unzoom?
I don't know. I feel like you needed to make a really dramatic take there.
Yeah, I think you just have to get really intense whenever it happens. It's just like it's your drinking game for this episode.
So, yeah. So, Pat Riley, you should be executed. Anyway, no.
Will, turn the TikTok camera on.
The thing is that I think that I don't turn off auto zoom in video settings. I don't know how to do that. Let me see if I can figure this out. Hold on.
I hope that it just keeps zooming in further on you the entire episode.
It should just go further and further in.
By the end, Trill is just an eye.
There we go. So if I zoom out a little bit here,
I should say, since Harrison is here, of all the big market fan bases, Laker fans are easily my personal favorite. Mm-hmm. On Fisher's tweet, he tweeted that they plan on keeping Gabe Vincent. Top reply: interesting that the Hawks would want to keep Bin Laden on their roster. They're so awesome.
Who?
Laker fans. They just very nonchalantly called Gabe Vincent Osama bin Laden in the recent weeks.
I've seen the Photoshop.
Yeah, and
once really Darvin Ham was gone, they had to Photoshop someone else's that. You know, it's like they weren't gonna not use their Photoshop Adobe subscription.
I have no idea how to zoom out of my fucking face.
Girls was doing Illuminati call signs the rest of the episode, trying to work his camera.
Wow. There he is.
We have Slop. Chris Boucher to the Jazz. Wow. Congrats to the Celtics for shedding more money. That was incredible, by the way, Harrison. That was a great pull. So what I was going to say was kind of what people were saying on Heat Twitter today, which is what I've been saying, and we have all been saying forever about the Heat, is like, why aren't you trading Andrew Wiggins for a first-round pick right now? Like trade players that you aren't going to pay to get assets so that when a star does become available, you have shit to trade. they've had years to prepare for this moment, and then they got here and they're negative first round picks somehow. Even though they let all of these guys walk in free agency when they have value, or they trade them for nothing, basically.
Yeah, and next year, this is the second time in 3 years they're going to have the same problem where they have to make the playoffs next year because they owe Charlotte a lottery protected first. And then it becomes totally unprotected the year after.
Wait, is that from the Rozier trade?
Yes, Gary Terry.
That's hilarious.
But then it becomes completely unprotected the year after that. So if they lose in the play-in 2027, like you're a torn Achilles away from like being turbo fucked.
Yeah, and they keep complaining that they should get their pick back, and I'm like, the original purpose of that trade was not to get Terry Rozier, it was to dodge the luxury tax.
No, Trill. They thought that Terry Rozier, that he was going to be scary in Heat culture. Come on, like they knew.
I bought it because I was like, oh, prestige zone, Heat culture. Like Terry's probably going to have a breakout, and then he was terrible for them, and then he got suspended for this thing. But the whole reason.
Honestly, if he would have just been betting his overs, then like they'd be fine. But unfortunately, he chose the easier route.
It would be like if Jared McCain got indicted for supporting the Chinese government via TikTok propaganda. And then Oklahoma City was like, hey, we need our picks back that we traded you for Jared McCain. And then the Sixers would be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of the scenario here. Is that a 1-for-1? Because if they said we need our picks back, I guess the intention was we dodged the salary or the luxury tax. So I guess it wouldn't really work as a 1-for-1 there.
Do they then retroactively have to pay the tax that they saved?
Yes, they go back and they say you give the $6 million back and you pay the $4 million for
their lawyers get all this arranged with Adam Silver in the NBA, and then they go to Mickey Arison and he's like, "What? No, I'm not paying the tax." Like.
Yeah, Never mind. Keep the first.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I've been saying, is that if you had the option, if the Heat ownership had the option to go back and do it, they would do it again. That was the whole purpose of the fucking trade in the first place for them.
I mean, every time they draft a guy, Spo hates him. You know, he's calling Kalowair a bitch after like every third game. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't even end up playing.
I want the Nets to trade for him.
Kalowair?
Yeah.
They should.
Like,
honestly,
that's the A+ young prospect, that Milwaukee really needs is Kalowair, and they need Wisconsin native Tyler Hero, and just nobody's talking about how good that Heat offer actually is of guys that they don't want.
Yep.
Yeah, they're already trying. Like every Heat fan already wants Jovic dead, and I don't think his extension has even started yet.
No, it hasn't. You're correct.
He's been very bad this year.
I need to stop falling for the prestige zone.
I know. I got. I got tricked by Jovic as well.
But also, like, would you be?
In fairness, that's like it sounds like Jokic. It's just like it's easy for your brain to just make that jump.
The problem is his stat head queries are very impressive. He's like he's 6'10" with a high assist rate. Those don't grow on trees.
Also, I do just want to point out that if we're sitting here a year from now and Nikola Jovic is like an important starter for the Miami Heat, I wouldn't be shocked. They have so many guys that do this that like suck for a year and then they come back the next year and they're good.
He was like fine at least last year and the year before. He's just been hurt this year and inexplicably terrible. Yeah. And he was like the youngest player in the NBA as a rookie. I'm pretty sure he's still 22. So he'll be in the NBA for 10 years. It's fine.
I also saw someone who I'm assuming is a ball fan on Twitter saying that Gabe Vincent on the buyout off of the Hawks is going to like lead the Heat back to the play-in, and he'll unlock Jovic, and it'll be fine. Like he's prime Gabe Vincent's coming back to Miami.
I thought you were going to say he's signing with the Sixers. So I was going to throw up.
No, Morey wouldn't do that because he's a guard. Like who? Maybe Chris Boucher is this year's washed big that gets bought out and the Sixers sign, because there's got to be one every year.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but the Sixers have a glut of guard depth. I was like, Maxey leads the NBA in minutes. VJ plays like 35 minutes a game. Quentin Grimes plays 12 minutes a game. And then Jared McCain, who was just in the rotation, is now traded. So where is your glut of guard depth coming from is my thing. I don't get it at all. I literally don't understand. It makes no sense to me. How is this possible? We don't. Our fourth best guard is Eric Gordon. Our fifth best guard is Kyle Lowry. They're in fucking hospice care right now.
Please don't speak ill of Amazon Prime analyst Kyle Lowry. Okay, he is deeply embedded in the team as a first-person journalist. Like, he is on the front lines, saving our democracy right now by reporting on with his pregame hits on the Sixers.
Unbelievable, dude. I mean, that is such a crazy spin for fucking Charania to put out there via the Sixers PR people or fucking Daryl Morey himself. Just a complete fucking joke to act like we have unironically, our fourth best guard is probably Trendon Watford, who is
he's a bucket.
That has been an underrated factor in why this trade deadline, this trade deadline's obviously been active, but the thing that sucks now is that there's no Woj to counterbalance Shams, and so Shams just writes whatever, he just puts in whatever, he takes from the agent text and then puts into Chat GPT and says give me thesaurus synonyms for this, and it's just both teams have desires met here. Did you see the thesaurus.com say,
yes. Yeah, they tagged Shams and said you're crushing it this week?
He's their number one IP address on their website.
I think Shams is just functionally illiterate because he's had 20 hours of screen time a day since he was a teenager.
Yeah, that was prior.
So his brain literally just doesn't work correctly anymore.
I have weeks where I'm on my phone too much and then I try to go to sleep and I just see digital shit appearing above me, like lines and shit. It's not good for your brain. And
he counts ghost notifications instead of sheep when he's trying to fall asleep for his 30 minutes that he allows himself on trade deadline week.
It's so crazy that we have all these dudes with the fake profile pictures and AI suit gimmicks trying to be the next Shams, and Shams is yeah, my life is awful. I have no life. I'm just on my phone all day, every day.
Every quote that Shams gives
in the shower.
In a profile is I was playing pickup and I'll never do that again because I missed out on the
Chris Boucher salary dump.
Yeah, I missed out on the Chris Boucher salary dump, and I just sat there and I was I cannot forgive myself for not being at my phone for this.
Details. It's been 8 minutes and no details.
I was at my nephew's first birthday party and I missed that the Atlanta Hawks generated a TPE, and I couldn't keep going. So
I cut that nephew out of my will.
I will not be attending my nephew's second birthday.
Good. The Sacramento Kings really like RJ Barrett. I'm shocked.
He is a very spiritually Sacramento.
Yeah, that's kind of a perfect king.
Man, I'll have chills if after years of all Kings fans just begging for them to get a normal wing and acquire a normal wing,
RJ Hunter.
If they just got RJ Hunter and Keegan and then no one else that made any sense on the rest of their team. That would be special if they just said, all right, we'll build the whole team out of flawed wings.
Okay. So you guys, I assume, saw that Wendy said if Giannis is going to be shut down for the year, right?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, Harrison was saying that he might. He was basically proposing it as he might threaten to come back if they don't.
Well, that was on and then he immediately he's I shouldn't say threaten.
I will help you win games if you bring me back.
Yeah,
it's we could do what the Miami Heat did. Go from the 21st best team in the NBA to the NBA Finals. They had a negative point differential that year. I feel like history has that team will I will never forget how ridiculous that was.
We were talking about it a little bit yesterday in the Discord. Duncan Robinson shot 77% from three in a series.
Dude, I just looked it up. They had a worse net rating that year than the Jazz. That was Mitchell and Gobert were off the team, the first year with Lowry.
Yeah, that was the year that they accidentally were good to start.
They were 10-3, and then they ended up
Bojan. Yeah, the first
Conley was really good.
Conley was still around. Yeah.
And but they still
Lakers legend Jared Vanderbilt.
They still for the season finished with a better net rating than a team that made the NBA Finals. Oh, Harris, not a Laker fan, but I was making fun of Laker fans because that guy tweeted, Giannis to the Lakers seems to be picking up steam, and people were unironically agreeing, as if that is whatever. I'm sure it'll happen
we
because
just talked about it,
but. A guy's in the price like,
well, it wasn't going to happen at this deadline. I mean,
but because this guy goes, Laker fans are so spoiled. They make a blockbuster almost every year. Like they got AD, they got Russ, they got Luka, they got Jared Vanderbilt. I was like, this is an all-time polar bear in Arlington, Texas.
They got Dennis Rodman.
I really felt like the Russ one was a blockbuster in retrospect. I was really happy they made that. I got that dopamine hit from the notification.
Well, the day after that trade, that's one of the few ones where I remember everyone.
Jose Alvarado to the Knicks. That's like a real trade. He'll help them.
Fuck, that sucks.
But like, is he gonna? Because they already have Shamet and McBride. I wonder if McBride's apparently like pretty hurt.
I was gonna say, I wonder if that, because they've had interest since before McBride got hurt. But I have wondered whether that means that McBride might not be someone that they can rely on. And Jose's decent. Like, I mean, he's like he'll be a rotation guy for them. Jose also low key has like crazy bozo sometimes. Like he shot him out of that Sixers game that just happened like a week ago.
I think on a real team, it'll be fine.
He'll be fine. I'm just saying, I think that there's a chance that this goes in the other direction too.
The side talk NYC vids after his first like 5 steal game is going to be insane.
Yeah, I mean, I think Deuce McBride's just better than Jose Alvarado.
Oh, he definitely is. Not even close.
So, like, if Deuce McBride is healthy and he's eating into his minutes, it will just be interesting. They have 3 small guards now.
Yeah, I mean, they had that last year because Shamet's career was about to be over, so he was like, I'm going to be a good defender now. And now he's just like a good, actually useful player.
Shamet's been solid. No. Shamet's definitely been solid. I'm not. I don't know. I just don't really think that it doesn't hurt to get Jose Alvarado. I just don't really think that he's someone that is going to be a meaningful player for them.
I mean, it's another guy who they can play instead of Jordan Clarkson. So that's
definitely a bonus, especially while Deuce is out, because Jordan Clarkson is the worst of all time. Oh, he would take Kolak's minutes. Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, and he's.
Everyone loves Kolak.
I think Alvarado is more likely to be playable in a playoff series than Tyler Kolak. So
I agree. Kolak is one of those guys where he's very like. They're both very like depends on the night guys, where you throw them out there, and you can kind of tell like Kolak will shoot like a 40-foot pull up, and you're like, but then some nights he's just cooking and kind of taking advantage of bench units and being on a pitcher's rotation and only playing 10 minutes for 3 games every 2 weeks or something. So yeah, no, people in New York are gonna love the Jose Alvarado trade.
It's 2 seconds and Dalen Terry.
Oh, they flipped Dalen Terry already.
They'll probably loop it in, or
so the Bulls basically made it so that they could do this trade by not taking back any seconds for
Yabu.
Because
nobody wanted to take Yabu, and the Bulls were like, "We'll take him for free."
That's weird.
That's besides the Kuminga to the Hawks. That's the worst move of the deadline.
Also, doesn't Yabu want to he wants to go overseas?
That's the thing though, is if they buy him out of the contract and he takes like a bunch of money off next year, like pretty much his whole salary next year just to go back overseas. I mean, I would be surprised. It's a lot of money to turn down when you're going back overseas. But maybe they wanted to get out of some of the Dalen Terry money and they couldn't. But
he's expiring. Well, he's a club option, so it's expiring.
No. I'm aware. I'm saying that maybe that if they come to some sort of buyout where they only have to pay Yabu a little bit for the rest of this season, they wipe off next year, he goes back overseas. Dalen Terry, maybe they would have had to pay his full salary, so they're just being cheap, is what I'm saying, for this year, and spending less money. But I still don't get why they didn't. They got seconds in every other trade, and they didn't get seconds in the one where they were taking on. It's an albatross, but it's not good money.
It is funny that the Bulls are.
AJ said, "We're good. We got enough seconds here. How many do you expect us to use?"
The Bulls are they're almost like a Make-A-Wish front office at this point, where everyone's like, "Good job, Bulls. You only made one stupid trade this deadline. The rest of them were pretty normal. For them, that's pretty good."
Well, I guess their fans wanted Io to stay because I saw a bunch of them, or it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like you're just getting mad at the front office for doing this now when they should have done it a year ago.
I think it's just that.
That's how
Well, I
would
also
feel
think
if I were a
Bulls
fan.
fans, somewhat justifiably, knowing a few, are just justifiably mad at their front office all the time. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
it's like if you're, in a bad mood with someone and they do something that's not that bad, and it's like I'm still gonna get irritated.
Yeah, no.
I'm going
I
Sam mode on the analogies today.
I completely understand. No, I get what you're saying though, and I think that's kind of they're mad at them for past reasons as well. What's up, Jason? How you doing?
Jose Alvarado.
Congrats, you got a side talk guy. I know that's your favorite
I know.
thing about New York.
Yeah, I know, dude. That's also yeah. That's all. The Kif is already starting the $120 hoodie. Not even $120, $220 hoodie
Yeah.
that has like his high school, like Christ the King high school photo on it.
Is he from the Bronx?
Yeah.
No, he is
what?
from. No. He's not from the Bronx. He is from Queens, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I didn't even realize that when I said he's going to be a beloved Knick.
Sorry, he's from Brooklyn.
There you go.
But Christ the King. We used to play my high school used to play Christ the King basketball. They beat us by like 20.
Mhm.
Yeah. We used to play Christ. We actually beat them my sophomore year of high school, but I wasn't on varsity then.
Mm.
We actually beat them. And so that's like the biggest thing that ever happened in my high school basketball.
Is it a private school?
Yeah.
No, Catholic.
Catholic. Well,
Yeah,
Christ,
yeah,
I should have known.
Them and Stepanak are the two that
Stepanak, yeah. Rice before Rice shut. Kimber Walker went to Rice before Rice shut down. So this is like look, he's a New York hero. One of the things about New York, I think that is suffering right now in the city is that there's no high school the high school basketball foundation that used to be in the city was huge.
It feels like we don't get as many big name New York prospects like when we were growing up.
Exactly. And now, even if they are, they're going to prep school, right? So they're not really New York City prospects.
They'll leave the area, like Mo Bamba came down here.
Cole Anthony went to Oak Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They leave the area, so it gets less like, oh, this guy's really from here. So it's a really big, I think that's a big deal. Look, how good is he?
I think Jose is a fine rotation guard.
Yeah.
I just look at I mean if you're comparing it to the rest of New York level prospects of recent guys that have actually stayed in the city, I'm sure he's probably one of the better players. But we were just saying, like, I feel like rotation guard is not something that the Knicks necessarily need unless Deuce is out for a really extended period of time.
I think Deuce might be out for a while.
Yeah, that guy CP, who's pretty plugged in, was like, this ankle shit is more serious.
I saw him post that.
Yeah.
So
it looks like
Deuce is out for the year, and then if Deuce is out for the year or
then he'll be in their playoff rotation. Yeah.
Then I like the Jose trade. I think it's a smart move to do that so that
he's a junkyard dog, right?
And he's also insurance against ever having to play Jordan Clarkson, like Will said. So, like, that's the real thing.
Dude, I was so baffled. He's been awful for like 4 years.
When they signed him, I was like, we said this when they signed him. We're like, campaign is better than him. Why are they signing Jordan? One of the more baffling signings of the offseason, but at least they were aggressive enough to go around and change it. Like, we're going to play Kolak more. We're going to go get Alvarado when Deuce McBride doesn't play. Like, some front offices would just be like, oh, well, whatever. It's, let's just ride this thing. And they at least corrected that because they've recognized that this is obviously an extremely important year for them. By the way, we still have not talked about the Kuminga Porzingis trade. Our long national nightmare is over. Jonathan Kuminga has been traded. We never have to hear about him again because he's not on the Warriors anymore.
I bet it's exactly like RJ Barrett going to the Raptors, where he actually ends up being a lot better than he was, but he becomes completely irrelevant because he's no longer on the glamour market franchise.
That's absolutely how it's going to go.
That's actually a great comp.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's going to go.
Like, RJ Barrett is still not great, but he's meaningfully better than he was when he was on the Knicks, and he gets talked about maybe 5% as much as he did.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen with Kuminga on the Hawks. I mean, look, if Porzingis could ever stay healthy, if he could overcome his pot.
So over under, so the Warriors, how many games have they played? They've got 31 games left. Over under Porzingis games played 15 and a half.
I'm taking the under.
I'm taking the under.
Yeah. There's no way. And even if he does play, how many minutes does he play? He's played 400 minutes this year.
Trill,
That's-
you said that he has that debilitating.
Pot. Lauren
yeah.
has it. Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you explained what he has in like plain English terms, I was like, yeah, no, why he's not going to be able to play meaningful basketball games?
Yeah. Lauren,
So-
struggled,
that sucks, but-
Lauren and people that she know that has pots, they struggle to like walk around our neighborhood on a hot day.
Did you see?
Like it's just the conditioning is like
Did
impossible.
you guys see the? Oh, there's a Warriors fan in the Discord whose fiance found out that Porzingis has pots. He goes, "Why did we pick a man with pots? That's what all the social media chronic illness girlies have. All caps, all caps. It is bad."
Also, not incorrect. But I do just want to point out here: is it possible that he and his agent worked to get him to the Warriors because he heard about the Blood Boys in Silicon Valley, and he can get his own Blood Boy and maybe recorrect his immune system? I don't know how this works, but I'm assuming that someone like Kristaps Porzingis with his podcast intake is going to be someone who believes those kind of things can cure his immune system and get him right back on the right track.
I am going to say, I think they're probably being a little more low-key about the Blood Boys after the last couple of weeks. Like, I think that's probably like a harder treatment to get right now.
For sure. It's a little bit less accessible for those, especially considering we know who the character from Silicon Valley, the television show, was based on that used the Blood Boy. So yeah, I actually look, if Porzingis could literally play 20 of those 30 games and play 20 minutes a game, this is a great trade for the Warriors. Even just getting off of Buddy's money, like it's like Buddy was barely in their rotation. You know, I think Buddy's a fine fringe rotation player that can occasionally fill it up from three for you.
He won them a game 7.
Yeah, no, he is. The thing about Buddy is that Buddy is one of those guys where you instantly know whether Buddy has it on any given night. Like if he hits his first 3, you're in for it. And then if he misses, it's usually a pretty rough experience. He kept the Sixers in that game 6 after falling out of the rotation against the Knicks. Like he definitely is someone that can, in a pinch, get you buckets, but he's just a wildly inconsistent player. Buddy's money isn't guaranteed after next year. So he's guaranteed this year and next year, and then he's not guaranteed, if I remember correctly. So they took on a year of Buddy Hield's salary, but then they dumped Luke Kennard's money, so it's basically replacing Luke Kennard.
Well, Luke Kennard on the Lakers is going to be a movie. The fans are going to hate him so much because that guy. I've never seen a shooter like him pass up open threes.
He's the biggest efficiency. He's the biggest efficiency farmer in the whole league.
I feel like he has driven every single fan base of the team that he plays for insane with like his tendency to not shoot. And I'm excited for Laker Nation too.
He clearly goes out there trying to lead the NBA in 3-point percentage because he only takes them when he's wide open.
It's crazy.
He's bench player James Harden. He's just trying to like secure his next deal. You know, that's all he cares about.
I'm gonna look it up right now, but I remember someone saying because he's what, like a 43% career free three-point shooter,
maybe higher. He's consistently mid 40s.
41.5.
Oh yeah, because probably when he was young, because when he took a couple of years, he was really bad.
No, it's 40. Jason, mute your mic when you're typing.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you're good. 40. It's 44%, but he only shoots 4 a game.
The B-ball, those like nerdy B-ball index metrics that grade on like a school scale, like F to A plus. Like even though he has these insane shooting percentages, like his shooting gravity always comes out to like B minus because he just won't let it fly.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, he only has $3 million guaranteed next year, buddy. Okay, then that's fine. I don't hate this for either team. Then I mean, I'm just glad the Warriors got it over with.
I just could so easily envision Kuminga going crazy in Mickey Mouse March and then picking up his option and then he sucks again.
That definitely could happen.
That feels like the most likely outcome to me.
Yeah, I've always thought that Kuminga could be. I think the RJ Barrett comp is an interesting one because he's an inconsistent shooter, but a good rim pressure threat and not a great decision maker, not a great defender, but occasionally we'll have stretches where he's a useful player because he's just going to get into the paint at will and draw fouls and stuff. But it was never going to work on a team like the Warriors. It might work on a middling team like the Hawks.
I mean, his best comp is probably Trill's favorite player. He's basically a really famous
Kuzma?
Kelly Oubre.
Oh, Kelly Oubre. That's an interesting one. I thought you were going to say Kuzma, but
also a guy who the Warriors hated.
No, Kuzma rebounds. Kuminga could never.
Does he?
Kuzma? I mean,
does he just get
it might be
starters
fake.
minutes?
It might be fakery, but like,
It's one of those things where like his individual rebounding numbers might be decent, but I feel like I by the way, I don't know. Fun fact: Kyle Kuzma is last in plus minus over the last 5 years in the NBA. Of every player in the NBA, he's last. You know who's second? This player hasn't been in the NBA in 2 years.
2
years they've been out of the league.
Eastern Conference or Western Conference?
Eastern Conference.
Okay, so it's probably like a Wizard or a Hornet.
Close.
Fuck. So it's not. It has to be somebody who played though.
Yeah, real minutes.
Jeez, this is gonna drive me crazy.
They're actually somewhat in the news right now. I saw their graphic on my timeline yesterday. Yep.
Is it Killian Hayes?
Yep.
Oh, dude,
hasn't been in the NBA in 2 years and is still second in negative.
Did you
for plus minus?
Right, I forgot the piss. Did you guys see because he's going to the Rising Stars game for the G League team?
By the way, before we continue this conversation, Kuzma used to rebound, as someone pointed out.
He averaged almost 9 per game 1 year. I looked it up.
Yeah, 8.5. He only averages 5 rebounds a game now. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Also, Killian was a Brooklyn Net last year, so respect him. They had to cut him because he shot over his head. So they were like,
I forgot about that.
We brought you here to lose, mister. Get the fuck off. But he's younger than Dalton Connect, Killian Hayes.
So total rebounding percentage.
Aren't we all?
You'll never believe this. Jonathan Kuminga,
They're the
total
exact
rebounding.
same.
They're the 10.9, exact same for their whole career.
That rocks.
Kuminga and Kuzma have the exact same. So I actually think that might be it's a different. He's somewhere in the Oubre Kuzma genre of player. But Oubre, even though Oubre drives me insane, Oubre has at least at times made himself useful on the Sixers. I feel like Kuminga's career is more likely to go down the pathway of like Jeff Green or as like a best case scenario, and Kyle Kuzma as a worst case.
He's always struck me as very Kuzma coded in that he's like, like I got my young Kobe ring. Like I did the backup thing with the Warriors, and now it's time for me to go get my own team. You know,
I feel like that's a dream career, is to get that like cheap ring as a bench player when you're really young. Then you're just like, I'm just gonna chase stats, do whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
Like MPJ is kind of having this now. Like he won his ring, and he was like a real part of it. You know, Kuminga didn't even fucking play.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was like an actual starter for that team, even though he sucked in the finals. By the way, shout out to Leonard who texted me Killian Hayes right when I asked that question. he knew it was Killian Hayes.
So
as soon as you said recently in the news, I actually thought of Will's tweet the other day about him being in the Rising Stars game.
Yeah, he's an all-star. Killian Hayes is an all-star.
He's in the Rising Stars game, and he's in the same draft class as like Ant and Halliburton and Maxey. It's ridiculous.
Amazing.
Look, some rises are slower than others. You know.
By the way, it's the I have to give Chuck credit on this one. I thought 2018 was the best draft class in recent memory, and it still probably is, even though all of the players from the lottery got traded.
21 has a chance.
And 2020 is underrated.
The 2020 depth's not great. It's really good at the top, but it kind of falls off.
Ant, Halliburton, Maxey.
Yeah.
Then you have Bane, McDaniels.
Yeah, the top 8 is really good, but
really good.
It doesn't have the depth of 18 or 21.
Agreed. But I was shocked looking at the 2020 draft in retrospect because it was so maligned at the time that it has now made itself into it's way better than the actual bad drafts, like 2019 and
2019 might be the worst draft of all time.
Yeah, because it doesn't even 2013 has Giannis.
Yeah, and Gobert. Gobert would be the best player in the 19 draft.
2 Hall of Famers. Yeah.
Because the
isn't 2013 Oladipo as well?
Yeah, and that's kind of like the best.
Yeah,
and Oladipo is kind of a perfect comp for Ja and Zion.
Yeah,
like a really brief peak that was 2-3 years,
It's 2000 that's is still the worst. But 2019 is in the running.
Porter Jr. had some good years too. Noel was
KCP.
a great defensive player. Yeah.
No, but Nerlens Noel was a disappointment.
Yeah, and 2019 has those guys. It's about like who's the best player from the 2019 draft? You're 100% sure
Garland
makes their team better. Who
I
just
think
got
Darius
salary
Garland
dumped.
I think Darius Garland makes his team better in the regular season. In the playoffs, I would not want Darius Garland.
Okay, fine. I'll rephrase. Who is the best player from the 2019 draft you would want if you're trying to win a title?
Probably PJ Washington.
Yeah, it's like PJ Washington or Cam Johnson.
It is. It is.
Wait, you mean besides the top heavy people?
No, even the top heavy people. I would include John Zion in that category. I don't think you can.
I would include.
Team.
I would include John in that. I think I still believe in Zion. There's
give up. It's over, dude.
Dude, but the offense.
It's not even that good anymore. He doesn't have counters, bro. I'm telling you, like watch him play, and it's like watching a shell of his former self.
Yeah, he had a terrible turnover last night. I watched the end of that game.
Like Zion has all the talent in the world. I'm not disagreeing in that regard.
It's just if you get him, I still think to me the Knicks. If the Knicks were to try to go get him, he would be he's not obviously not Giannis.
The problem is he doesn't fit with other stars. What other stars does Zion fit with?
Dude, Zion
he's
and
a defensive liability.
So
He's a defensive liability. He's not the rebounder or defender we thought he was going to be. He never got better at shooting.
He never got better at shooting.
His offhand. He never improved his offhand. He just doesn't care.
You get him in New York. Well, we'll have him lift these Mossad agents or whatever. These guys gonna
he just needs to live in a walkable city. Get those 10
literally.
Walkable city Zion is a Hall of Famer.
Literally, man. We'll get him worked out, man. We'll get the Equinox with him.
As someone who loves New Orleans, look, I know the Pelicans organization is not the best.
No. You guys are absolutely correct. He is in a way a really disappointment because
he was supposed to be the face of the league.
Yeah, there's also so much evidence we have that he's just not really that much of a hard worker.
I still think he's the best college player of my life. It's like him or Steph.
I'm kind of young enough that I remember I was really young when the peak Big East ended. I do remember it, but I was still pretty young. The last year, with Syracuse and all them at the Garden, the year with Zion is the one year I remember as a somewhat grown person that people gave a shit about college basketball.
Dude,
people who don't watch, I gotta go watch the Duke team.
Yeah, I have to watch Zion. Yeah, I have to watch RJ Barrett steal shots from Zion. Maybe that's what it was.
I remember
Anthony Davis is certainly one of the most impactful college players. But no, I'm telling you, the way that Zion and Steph, in terms of entertainment value, combined with how good they were they're just not comparable to the
defense is the worst part. I was like, oh, this is going to be the best defender of all time. This is going to be Draymond Green with pops.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The defense has been really bad. But also the thing about Draymond, people don't understand is he's autistic on defense. He calls out different plays while it's going on. He's just such a master defensively, and you can tell he really works at it. And I think there's this trope with NBA players where well, if you just play hard, then you'll be good at defense in NBA. And it's that's actually not true. There's actually so much that goes to it.
Yeah. You have to work hard. You have to watch a lot of film to be that good and that aware. Yeah.
And also, I do just want to point out, we talked about this with Kat. I genuinely don't think that Kat's defensive issues are an effort thing. Now he has nights where he doesn't try and it looks really bad a lot of it's a physical and mental thing with him in terms of we talked about it. I went on Jason's podcast. We talked about this. He doesn't have good balance. He's not
coordinated.
He's not coordinated enough to kind of to play in to hedge or to run drop. He's just not. He doesn't move well enough. He is someone who is, I think, at times tries really hard and sometimes overtasks himself, and that turns into.
I was going to say the trying is what gets him into foul trouble. Those are the dumb foul trouble games.
He tries too hard. His awful offensive fouls are trying to. I think he drives too much this season. But sure, you should highlight this comment from 11487 about
this one.
Yeah.
That's JS. It's got to be JS, right?
Oh yeah, there's no hand.
Scotland who went to Duke, Henry.
I had a female friend from Scotland who went to Duke and had never watched a single game before Zion got there, and she still had vicious things about RJ Barrett. But I hated RJ Barrett so much.
Yeah, RJ ruined that whole. That Duke team should have won the whole thing, and RJ ruined it, man.
I always say
went Joe
Biden. I had a guy that was like, this was when still Zion's PR was still really good. I think it was his second year when he made the All-Star team, and of course, but this guy was like, Zion could win 3 finals MVPs, and his most impressive accomplishment would still be having people think that a trio of him, RJ Barrett, and Cam Reddish was the best trio of all time.
Literally, honestly, someone pointed this out earlier. I forgot. Trey Jones was also on that team. Trey Jones and Zion
He's the best player.
Players
Yeah.
on that team.
Yeah.
And I remember liking Trey Jones in the draft only because I watched a ton of Zion, and I was like, oh, that guy's pretty good. And then he ended up becoming a second-round pick. He's now finally kind of found his way in the NBA as like a pretty good fringe starting point guard. But unlike his brother, he's actually a real shooter.
Guys, Cam Reddish is going to be in the Rising Stars game by next year. Okay,
Dude.
Just like give him some time. He's developing overseas.
Giannis should be in prison. I mean, it's 2 hours before the deadline. We just spent so long talking about fucking Zion. I hate this dude so much.
So Tony Jones is saying that the Sixers are trying to trade Eric Gordon. Awesome. Cool.
I saw Fisher say that the Bucks are still looking to add around Giannis right now.
Apparently, it's all cheap shit though.
They got Nigel Hayes-Davis.
They need the Bucks need a problematic podcaster. You know, he'll leak Giannis's thoughts. You know,
Giannis is way too candid to be on the same team as Michael Porter Jr. Like he will end up saying some crazy stuff in interviews.
Dude, I think unironically they're like kind of a perfect basketball fit.
No, I really do think that.
I actually do think that they fit well together.
If you slotted MPJ onto that team with your front court becomes him, Giannis, and Turner with Rollins and AJ Green, like that team makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, no,
it makes more sense than fucking Ja. But they're just gonna do cheap shit. They're not gonna.
They're gonna trade MPJ this summer though, so he's still got a shot if he gets traded this summer.
You know, nothing ever happens. FC. It's been a rough couple of days for us, but we might be back.
No. Nothing ever happens. Got the shit kicked out of them. The 2 things we thought were gonna happen didn't happen, which was MPJ and Giannis.
That's a W for nothing ever happens.
Everything else has happened in the last few days. This is basically pre-agency at this point.
I was actually talking with a
breaking news. Knicks guard Miles Deuce McBride will undergo surgery Friday for a core muscle injury, more commonly referred as a sports hernia.
Yeah. He's the year. I like the Jose trade. That's a smart trade.
Could be sidelined until the playoffs. He's probably done for the year, to be honest.
That's really rough.
Sports hernia is brutal
because he's taken a
McNabb had a 1-year trill. Remember?
Like Nick fans don't know about this, but I don't like. He's a lot better than last year, McBride, because he was kind of like a decent shooter. He's like he looks like fucking Ray Allen shooting this year.
Yeah. Every time we play them, I'm like, this guy never misses.
He's 6 feet tall, but I think he has the highest leap on his shot.
They fixed his shot. One of the things Thibodeau deserves a lot of credit for is that he really fixed McBride's shot, or really told McBride if you want to become a rotation player, you have to be a shooter. I still think what I wish Deuce was I wish he was a backup point guard in the Van Vliet type of mode where you can sit Brunson.
Yeah,
he's just not a playmaker. He's not I wish he was a ball handler and playmaker a little bit more, but he can score. He actually reminds me of Nate Robinson a little bit, which is a weird thing to say, but he kind of reminds me of Nate Robinson, where it's like he's not unfortunately, because of his size, you wish he was like a backup point who can like really distribute, but instead he's just like a scorer, but he really does it well. So it's like he's got to play.
Yeah. All right, Harrison, any last words before you get out of here? I know you got to go in a little bit.
I just think, it's really bad news for the league that Giannis made it through this trade deadline still on the Bucks, because that just means the Lakers have time to get involved.
Unlike Sleepy Pat Riley, Rob Pelinka's in the office right now grinding, trying to build a package.
Rob Pelinka is not sitting there looking at his beach house through a live webcam footage in his office. Like he's just watching Giannis highlight reels on TikTok. That's it. That's all. He hasn't watched any other NBA players.
So
this year.
Is he gonna do a Kobe hologram during the meeting for Giannis?
No, see, he would be like, you have to earn that. Like that's not.
That's not given.
Yeah,
Kobe would have wanted you to earn this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
He's just like
Coachella.
Giannis. Kobe gave you a Kobe challenge. He like pulls up the tweet. He's like, but you know what the ultimate Kobe challenge is? Bringing the Lakers back.
Yeah, exactly.
Incredible. But Harrison, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. We always appreciate your insight as the Lakers and Clutch shill on the stream.
Yeah, always happy to slop it up with you guys.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
We're barely slopping it up this year.
Yeah.
This is disgusting stuff.
Everything happened yesterday. It's a problem.
Yeah, that's the there. I feel like there were more trades this year, a couple days out.
I'm fine. Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
cool with it. Spread out the slop. We can't ever get a chance to talk about it when it's trade deadline day.
Somebody said that, and I think this is a decent point, that the Mark Williams thing spooked a lot of teams.
Yeah,
Where like they want to be able to get the physical done,
for sure.
and then if something happens, they have time to do stuff.
I do understand that because I think people were using the McCain trade as an example for that, and I get it, right? But we also did this last year with Quentin Grimes and Caleb Martin, and then Caleb Martin failed his physical, and we just had to basically amend it by throwing in a second-round pick because it was after the deadline, and he failed his physical.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Dude, we just got to get him back in Miami so he can just destroy Boston again.
Oh, yeah. I honestly was surprised that he wasn't included in the AD trade. Because they got off so much money in that trade. I was like, oh, if they get off that money, are they going to have cap space this summer?
Yeah,
they have to, right?
I don't know on that team who makes money besides Kyrie.
PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford.
Dude, they should be trying to. I would trade Gafford for seconds,
and I would trade Gafford for anything at this point.
He's hurt a lot. He makes more than 20, and I think he's kind of in that range of center you never want to pay.
Like when he got that extension, I was like, "This is crazy."
Like Pirtle has gone into a even worse tier of bad contract because of. But like before this extension to injury, he was in this tier. Claxton's, I think, is definitely in this tier. Gafford, these like $20 to $25 million centers who are just kind of fine. I think is like the worst kind of center deal you
below average starting center type guys.
Yo,
like you'd rather just
at Fugazi Schufer goes, Knicks just got their DEI McConnell.
Yeah, that was so good.
That's really
Puerto
good.
Rican TJ McConnell.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
That's a
really
powerful thought.
Yeah, that's actually a really good thought. Yeah.
Shout out to Fugazi Truther. He's hilarious. Oh my god.
Okay, so no, the Mavs still don't really have cap space. They would have to clear more guys because they're projected like 10 million in space right now, but their lottery pick will make like 7 million. So I don't really think they'd have to dump more money to have real space.
Yeah, I think they're going to trade PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. Like I think they'll trade Gafford now if they can, and then I think they'll trade Washington in the summer.
I have to go in like 15 minutes, but did you guys talk about the Zubac Pacers stuff?
No, I haven't. I haven't even broached the subject.
I really don't get it for them. He's slow.
He's slow, and like I guess the idea is essentially you just have someone who could set like insane screens for Hallie and protect the rim on the other end. But like the reason why
that should be their backup. Like Goga. Well, they had Goga.
Yeah, actually, it's a good point. I forgot they did have Goga at one point. I agree that should probably be their backup, and they probably should have someone that can run and kind of. I mean, that's how they beat the
Knicks both times. Was the Knicks just like physically couldn't keep up with them?
Yeah,
and Zubac would ruin that.
Yep.
Like Mitchell Robinson is a demon, but when he plays the Pacers, he's out of gas after like 2 minutes.
Yeah. That's why
he was great last night against Denver. Like,
dude, he's literally like, what if Bill Russell, but he could only play 800 minutes a season?
Yeah,
like he's unbelievable, but he just cannot play more than like 12 minutes a game, and he has to miss a third of the games.
Yeah.
But those 800 minutes are spectacular. I have no idea.
Probably closest to Dennis Rodman since Dennis Rodman. Like we jokingly called Vanderbilt that. That's really what Mitch is.
Yeah.
No, I have joked that Adams and Mitch are. What if you put Bill Russell in today's NBA? Is that what
who's throwing a bag at Mitch this summer to make the Knicks spend?
Yeah, I don't know because the Wizards kind of made
he's
sense.
only 27, and because he's like we've had so much history with Mitchell Robinson as a Knick.
He feels old.
He feels older, but he's only 27. Like
he's that stat kept going around. He's the only guy from the 2018 draft who's been on the same team his entire career.
That's crazy. Yeah.
If you count draft night trades, because Miles.
Yeah,
Bridges
could you imagine Zubac in a Lakers jersey? Can someone Photoshop that real
Yo,
quick?
you know what's crazy?
certainly much better than Mike Muscala.
Wait,
that's for
I didn't
sure.
know this. I did not know this. Brunson and Mitch are in the same draft.
Yeah, 2018.
The
2018 is the greatest draft of all time.
The 2018 Mavericks is the greatest draft ever. They took Luka in the first round and Brunson.
Brunson
they got
in the
two,
second.
they got two MVP
Hall of
candidates
Famers. Yeah,
who are going to make the Hall of Fame.
True. Shake Milton also in this draft.
Shake Milton is like the 40th best player in that draft. That's how good that draft is.
Yeah.
And like he was like a rotation guard for like 5 years. By the way, I'm like unironically like Landry Shamet is like the 27th best player in that draft. We also drafted him that draft, and he's like a fine rotation guard for the Knicks now.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's crazy. Colin Sexton also in that draft, and he's not even like, he's got to be a top 30 player, right? Like,
D'Anthony Melton has like closed round 2 playoff games, and it's like
Bruce Brown was a bench player on a championship.
He closed finals games,
Yeah,
and he's not even close to the lottery in a redraft of that draft.
So if you look at that, if you read like stack that
Time Lord's in this draft. Like, there's so many
made an all defense team.
Yeah.
Can we just get like a Matherin trade just to like get a dopamine hit or something? Like,
I think that will happen today. I think
probably.
It's either, my guess is that the Gafford or the Zubac package is built around Matherin's expiry.
My problem with both Matherin, and the same thing with Jaden Ivey, but I don't like him as much as a prospect with both of them, because the Nets in theory are like, oh, like perfect, like you buy low on a talented young guy. But I feel like the most likely situation for both of those players, if they go to some shit team, is they put up huge stats in the second half and then
Like
ask for a giant contract.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is like kind of defeats the purpose of buying low on them in the first place.
Matherin is at least a rotation player. I think Ivy might just be not good at all.
Even though this guy says Kings take one of the few bad players, obviously the Bagley pick's a disaster, but like he's kind of deep. Like he's still in the NBA. He's kind of decent.
He was traded for Anthony Davis, just like Luka.
I know they traded up. They got from the 3rd pick. They went from 5 to 3, and now they got 2. So eventually they'll get Ayton.
I do just want to know the record here. If anyone is in the Discord, they know I do not like Benedict Matherin.
Matherin is kind of the same thing as the guys we were talking about earlier, like Kuminga and Kuzma. Yeah. It's kind of the same idea.
He's the Jamal Crawford of Kelly Oubre's.
Yeah. Well, yeah, aren't the Sixers under the tax already? Do they just want a roster spot to sign a buyout guy?
So I think it's 2 things. One, I think they're probably using one of the seconds they got yesterday to shop Eric Gordon and try to get like a vet minimum guy. That won't make a difference, but like someone that could just fill a roster spot. Or they'll try to get a buyout guy, or they know that Eric Gordon is miserable with the Sixers and just wants to get rid of him. They did already have a roster spot. You're correct. They're going to convert Jabari Walker and Don Barlow. By the way, Don Barlow can't play in the game tonight, and he's our 5th best player, Will.
Because he's out of eligibility.
Yeah, because we don't have 15 roster spots. Because we traded Jared McCain.
Dude, I know you say this all the time, but it's so funny how Morey is so elite on the margins, but then it's just like gets bored. And like, because like Barlow is an elite 2-way signing, and they're great. And like McCain at 16 is an elite pick. Isaiah Joe in the 50s, elite pick.
But his ADHD just needs the dopamine, and he's like, I gotta trade someone. I gotta cut him. Like we got in the same draft, we got Maxey, Paul Reed, and Isaiah Joe, and only one of them. If you're not a max player, he doesn't see you. You're invisible to him. He's just you're not on his radar. Like only one of them played meaningful minutes for us. We didn't play Paul Reed or Isaiah Joe till their 2nd season. With Paul Reed at the end of his 2nd season. We didn't play Isaiah Joe at all. Morey's got to go, dude.
Who do you think is going to be the 8th seed in the West? Because now that Jimmy is dead and Harden is gone.
I forgot about that.
So is it going to be like Portland?
Probably.
Be huge for the Bulls.
Could the Mavericks make a run?
Yeah, I was kind of like, I saw a guy say Pelicans play and push, and it's the meme like, just buy 1 Bitcoin, please. From like 2013, like somebody has to get the last playoff.
It has to be. It's probably Portland because they're probably going to be the only ones that care.
And they feel like a Mickey Mouse March team. They got a bunch of young guys.
Definitely.
Like if they go 10-3 in March, is anybody surprised by that? No.
So right now the Warriors are 4 games up on them, but then the Clippers are just behind them, or just ahead of them, and they're a half a game ahead of the Trailblazers right now. Yeah, I definitely could see the Blazers. The Grizzlies are Although Ty Jerome might accidentally win the Grizzlies too many games, so they don't trade him today.
Demon.
He's been balling since he came back.
Dude, it'd be so funny if like the last play-in game is like, say, Grizzlies Blazers, winner is the 8th seed. Imagine how locked in Bulls fans would be to that game because of the draft pick.
I forgot about the implications.
It's lottery protected. So Bulls fans, Portland's front office is like, come on, fucking lose this game. Tank the game. Get Caleb Love shooting 30 times out there.
That actually would be great because it would be their equivalent of the Maxey Muscala game, except the Bulls would draft someone who's out of the league in like 4 years if they
Dude,
kept the pick.
that happened in 2022. The Pelicans sent a lottery protected first for fucking Devontae Graham.
I forgot about that.
And they won 2 play-in games. So they gave the 15th pick and it became Mark Williams, who's like a starting pick.
Yeah, and if it weren't for injuries, would have been really good for the Hornets.
And like that Sun series was kind of fun, but you'd much rather have the 15th pick than lose in Slop.
Giannis intends to help the Bucks try to make the playoffs this season when he returns from his calf injury.
Trade for MPJ. He'll make the playoffs.
I think the Bucks. I mean, look, I would still wait until the offseason to try to get the best offer possible for Giannis. But this could end up backfiring on them if they make it to the playoffs and they get destroyed.
I hate Giannis so much, man.
He's a piece of shit.
Dude, he's Dwight Howard himself.
It's crazy.
He's officially Dwight Howard himself.
Yeah, like Dwight Mayer was what, like a year and a half? This has been like 3 years of this.
Was Dwight Mayer a year and a half? I thought it was just that 1 year.
It might have only been 1 year. That was like right when I started getting like really into the NBA. I thought it was going to go to the Nets.
I'm trying to because
it was Carmelo and Dwight were going to be.
I don't remember how long it was, but I know the Sixers were involved with the Dwight Howard trade.
Oh, you know what it was? Because it was that lockout year 2011, 2012. And so he got traded that offseason, but it started like earlier in that offseason, but there was no like if the teams were locked out, like the players were locked out.
Nihilus Bucks. Before Giannis was saying all of this, we agreed with you. He is literally in the media like, I want to stay here, but I also could go. And then, like, it's just pick. Just shut up. Stop saying things. We're just annoyed at this point. I agreed with you before this, but now you're becoming like QAnon. He
should have just asked for a trade. Like, just be like, I want out. Just be like, bro, I want out. And I think this is right.
Stay there for your career. I don't give a shit. I just want you to be not in the media being the will they won't they stuff.
Because I still think I think Houston's gonna get involved in the summer. Because what
do you mean? He's gonna like force them to go.
Well, no, I think they'll just.
Well, no, I think they'll lose in round 1, and then their owner is gonna be like, if we can get fucking Giannis, we haven't won a playoff series in 6, 7, or 7 years.
Yeah,
go like they have the best package of any team that I think
draft picks and prospects they can get, and they have Kevin Durant.
Houston. The Thunder would never do it, but like of teams that could like feasibly do it, I think they have the best offer.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd be really funny if KD was the matching salary.
No.
No, I don't think. No, they don't have to because Jabari and Fred. I think because Fred's no trade is only a year, right?
If they put Ahmed,
they probably put Shepherd in there, right?
That's the thing.
Yeah,
how many
so
guys have we run down? You could just say they could do this, that, or the other thing and all the picks they have. Like they have the Suns picks, they have their own picks. Like they have a net swap.
You know what I think they should do, low key, is I think that I would rather them trade Sengun than trade Durant. And if you Sengun, yeah.
I agree. I think that if you're trading for Giannis, you should just trade Sengun, but I don't think they would do it.
I think Giannis
they should though
with Sengun than with Amen.
I don't disagree there.
I just think Durant. I just think like Durant's proven that he's got this like weird thing where he's always just gonna be really fucking good offensively. Like he's just so fucking good at it.
Yeah, I consider him.
And
an Amen Giannis. You'd have to get a center, but an Amen Giannis.
You have to get a center. Yeah,
defensive duo would be pretty nasty.
It would basically have to be a Miles Turner. Like you would kind of have to be a shooting space.
You try to get Miles Turner in the trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your front court is Amen, Giannis. Hold on.
With KD at the 2.
KD at the 3. Giannis.
Fuck it, bro.
Yeah, they should do this right now. Fuck the
They should do this
offseason.
right now. No, because the thing is, like,
Go for it.
I don't know, man. Sengun,
He's plateaued a bit. I'm a little nervous.
I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous.
I thought the offense was just going to keep going up.
Yeah, we gave him too much too soon, and the baby Jokic stuff was too much too soon. And he's just like the 3-point shooting has gotten like not good.
He doesn't shoot.
He can't shoot.
He's not a shooter, and you have to run the offense through him. And when you take away the offensive rebounding gimmick, when he doesn't have another center, and when they can't just create 100 extra possessions, it's not going to turn out like I think they could. Will, I know you said yesterday you're like, oh, maybe Morey doesn't believe in the Sixers, which is kind of part of why he made this trade and blah blah blah. And I'm like, he might not, which I think would be risking his own job, but he also might be betting against the Rockets a little bit because the Rockets lost Steven Adams for the rest of the year, and they're still going to be good and competitive, but like they could end up
they could end up being like the 6th seed and have like the 20th pick.
Exactly, yeah, and like the pick could end up being like around the same as the Sixers because the Sixers are in the East, and I think we're 2 games back from them in the standings right now. So. I mean, once again, but he didn't try to improve our team, which the
Rockets' offensive stats are so funny because they're like 22nd in first shot offense, but like 5th in overall offensive efficiency.
Hey! We were just hating on Giannis. We're hating on Greeks and Turks. We're being fair.
Sengun is in that scam out of bio.
No.
With his true shooting.
You've never seen you guys have never seen anti-Turkish sentiment than when Enes Kanter was on the Knicks. I was saying the most insane shit.
You were pro the president. I'm forgetting his name.
Igodon.
Erdogan, is it?
Erdogan. Yeah, I was like pro that guy. I remember like posting like pro Erdogan like propaganda.
So I have some bad news. Kylie was going to join us for the stream to defend James Harden. Unfortunately, she is not able to join us for this stream, but she does have a statement. James Harden has never done anything wrong. 6 teams have wanted him because he is so desirable, the most desirable man in the league and in the world. History will absolve me for everyone I've told to kill themselves this week, but history has nothing to absolve James Harden for because he has never done anything wrong. I hope to address the faithful, beautiful people of Ball Nation soon. Thank you, Kylie, for defending your husband.
Kylie should do a Photoshop of who's the guy, the Republican senator, Purdue or whatever, totally exonerated. No, absolutely no wrongdoing
with Harden.
With Harden.
Yeah. So, okay. I don't know if you saw this show. And Will, like, so Bomani's podcast the other day, they were debating Harden's place among shooting guards all time. And Bomani's argument was like Clyde Drexler's better than Harden. And I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
I was like, no way, right?
Wait,
Harden,
what was that?
Harden ruined my franchise, and I'm still like, he's the best.
Yeah, no, I love Harden. And once again,
I'm a Harden guy.
We actually ended up winning. Like Harden
both
had some
Harden
great
trades.
moments for us. We won. We might end up winning both Harden trades. Although punting on a year of Embiid, that still leaves a bad 2 years of Embiid to get James Harden, and then not Harden's fault at all, more Morey than anything. And then the second time doing that really fucking sucks. But the long and short of it is Harden is a unique character, one of one.
Yeah, he really is one of one. It's hard for me to get out of my mind some of the playoff failures that he's had. Like, it just like,
I think at a certain point he stopped caring. That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
I think the
Celtics series in 23 was his last. Like, it's over, and that's all right.
Dude, wait, hold on. Is someone really trying to argue that Clyde Drexler is better than James Harden?
Yeah, but that was Bomani's argument.
Yeah,
that Clyde Drexler is better. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. I have to go.
It's insane. It's insane argument. But anyway.
I just want to say one thing. But Nets Daily unprompted. This is how the Nets deadline is going. In 2032 draft, Nets already have 5 draft picks. Their own first plus Nuggets first, as well as 3 seconds, their own, Miami's, and Toronto's. And it's like, brother, you will be 88 years old at the 2032 NBA draft. That is Nets Daily tweeted that, who is already 80. He's tweeting about 6 years in the future. You will be in your late 80s by then.
Absolutely fucking insane, dude.
He's my goat. I love Nets Daily so much.
We
He's
love
so
him.
funny. All right.
Absolute
My
king.
boss will get mad at me if I'm not on this thing. So I gotta go. Thank you for
All
having
right,
me.
well, take care, brother. Thanks for joining.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's incredible that Nets Daily is posting that. Nets Daily watched Kareem play basketball in high school.
That's he's nuts. Yeah.
What an
Dude,
absolute legend.
Like, look, the Alvarado thing. It just the backcourt defense also really worries me.
Mm-hmm.
I just like Brunson is not the best defender. He's I think like worse than people I think. Like
I don't disagree there, but my whole thing is last year the team that took advantage of that was the Pacers. There's no team in the East this year that can really take advantage of having that one weak link defender, and like you can hide him in a Sixers series, in a Pistons.
You can
series.
hide him. Yeah, you can hide him in those series.
Honestly, the one series I would say is actually kind of hard to hide him in is the Cavs now.
Yeah,
that's the one series where I'm like, okay, now they have Harden.
Yep.
They have Mitchell, they have Tyson, all can create, and then they have two bigs. So, like, there's some advantage that can be gained.
My hope is that the adjustment with Mitchell and Harden is too much for them to overcome. That's my hope with the Cavs.
So people, I think they might have taken this out of context when I said this the other day after Harden was traded. It's not that Harden is hard to fit into a team and he can't succeed, because he did when he got traded to the Sixers in the middle of the season, and he did with the Clippers. But there is an adjustment period to
He did with the
Harden.
Nets too.
And exactly.
Yeah.
There's an adjustment period to playing the style of basketball that James Harden wants to play. And I think that it takes a little bit to iron out some of the kinks. The Clippers, it took a little bit to iron out. The Sixers, he kind of instantly worked, but it was because we didn't have a lead ball handler. Like our lead ball handler at the time was young Tyrese Maxey or Seth Curry, and then we traded Seth in the trade. So he was really the primary ball handler, and that's the kind of style that he wants to mesh with. I think they can work it out over the course of the next few games. I mean, they really have 30 games to figure it out. But I do, and I think it's going to be massive for Mobley, Tyson, and Allen for sure. But I do think that there's going to be things that have to be worked out in the same way that like the Knicks had to work out some things this year, in the same way that the best teams in the West had to work out some things this year, the Pistons, and they have a whole season to do it. And I do wonder if you're doing 25 to 30 games, can you figure that out before the playoffs? And in this Eastern Conference, I do think that there's a chance that a team could just get hot at the right time and win the conference. But I mean,
look, that's what the Pacers did last year, right? Like they got hot at the right time and they won the conference, right? Like,
and they also got they got the best matchup for them in the first round. Then they took advantage of having some beat up teams, and then by the time they hit the Knicks, they were fully functioning. They were just like really, fucking all engines going. So I think the thing that like about the Sixers specifically that annoys me this year is that I do think that while we fix some of the issues that we have, the main thing is that I just want like kind of like the Pacers the last few years, or the Heat the year that they made the finals. I like having a few guys that can just get like stupidly hot from three. Like it's just like, oh my God, this guy shot 60% from three and won a series for us. And the Sixers, if you look at their roster, and the Pistons are another team where it's just like they don't really have many of those guys other than like Duncan Robinson and Kevin Huerter. And Kevin Huerter shooting 30% from three this year. The Sixers just don't have the kind of guys that can catch fire at the right time.
I think Huerter will catch fire in the second half. That feels like an
possible.
anomaly number. Yeah. I think
it's
feels like
it's definitely possible, but
yeah.
I don't know. I just look at the way that things have kind of broken in the league this year, where everyone is devaluing shooting. And I feel like that opens up a lane for a team to get hot from three in the playoffs and make a run. Because you've noticed this, right? A little bit where it's like teams, like guys that used to be like hot commodities, unit tasker shooter types are just like being salary dumped now. Mm-hmm. And like everyone's like, we got to get defenders, we got to get rebounders, we got to get motor guys. And it could create a lane where it's just like a guy gets hot at the right time. And yeah, like look at this. Nesmith shot 50% from 3 in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Like
Nesmith was
you need
nuts,
to have
yeah.
a guy that is capable of that high volume, high variant shooting to kind of like you saw at the end of game 1 in the Knicks series. Like they can sway a game and that can sway a series and then that can make your team.
You know, it's funny. You know who that guy is for the Knicks, right?
Deuce?
It's Cat.
Cat's in that category, but Cat's also like a fulcrum of your offense. I'm talking
That's
about
true.
like ancillary players more, like guys that fill the gaps more.
Yeah. It is
Like,
Deuce. Yeah.
Deuce would have been that when he was, if he can return for the playoffs.
We'll see. That's what's Charania.
I would put OG. OG's not as versatile of a shooter. He's more of a corner merchant, but he can have stretches where he is like pretty nails from 3, where it's just Shamit probably is the guy now.
Shamit's the guy now,
But you have high volume shooters who are willing to put up shots and occasionally get hot. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think what's Hart shooting this year so far. Let's see. I'm checking my phone. Yeah, I was a little worried about the backcourt D, but you know he's a junkyard dog. Despite the New York sentimentality that's its own its own economy at this point. Like it's cool to have like it'll be fun. New York guy. Oh, Hart's only shooting.
Jose can shoot, by the way. I don't disagree with that.
Hart's shooting 40% from 3.
Hart?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a low volume guy. Doesn't he only shoot like 3 or 4 a game?
Yeah, he shoots literally 4 a game.
Jose's a high volume guy that's like an average shooter for a guard. Or I'd probably say below average for a guard. But he's 36, 36, 37 the last 3 years. And he can get hot. Like he can have games where you're just like, oh damn, he can't miss. And he puts up last few years he put up 4.7 in bench minutes. He's putting up 4.7, 5.5, which I would imagine that's like a 50% 3-point rate, probably. Yeah. 68% 3-point rate for Jose this year. 52 last year, 54 the year before. So he does put them up. He's just got to get hot. He can shoot you in and out of games, Jose Alvarado.
Seems like a classic New York Knicks a guard.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Dred? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
How you feeling?
I am out of the PhD minds, ready for this slop. I'm excited to see if Brad Stevens acquires the courtside baddie rights to Meg the Stallion for the rest of the season in exchange for Vooch. I will build him a statue myself.
Are they going to trade him for Clay?
Clay is one of the salaries that would work to get them right under the tax.
Okay.
And
I was like, I didn't even put that together in my head.
This is looking at the exact salaries.
Dred, you want them to trade Vooch?
If they're committed to being cheap anyways, I might as well get to see Meg the Stallion at a couple Boston games. Like, give me something.
Vibes. Yeah. I was gonna say, do you guys still have Gucci Mane courtside?
Megan Thee Stallion might fix racism in Boston, dude.
We thought that about Nia Long, but I gotta be honest with you, that didn't work so well.
You thought that about Nia Long?
I forgot about that point.
That's actually so funny.
Look, I gotta tell you,
she wasn't there for Nia Long.
That's true. That she was not there for Nia. Yeah, look, Ime was too busy, getting horns up to deal with actually thinking about how not to play drop defense against Steph Curry in the playoffs. And honestly, that's a bummer because for a while I really did think that we were going to have the, this is what the establishment truly fears moment in Boston for a second,
Also, I do just want to point out, someone said, is Kev saying this in the Discord that this is happening, Dred?
Kev is like doing
theorizing.
He's theorizing. I think he is talking to somebody that is like
he might know just because of Vooch's, because the Chicago connection,
right? And I think that's the thing that he seems to know is that the trade has not been, as Celtics Matt would put, consummated. And so. She was dating Torrey Craig, but she did not attend a ton of.
Oh, I forgot. That would be the second Celtics player that she would have dated.
Oh, would I rather have Meg or Drake May go off the Drake may go off the Sunday, but the Pats still lose. If Drake May can have an excellent game in a valiant loss, that's like my ideal situation. But I hate the Pats so much, man. Like they're demonic.
Who do you think's going to win, Jason? Super Bowl.
I got the Patriots winning. I just think there's just something about it that feels very like the Patriots going to win this game 19-16.
I don't like that everyone is writing them off. I'm like, I feel
also
like
Darnold's. I'm sorry, Darnold's not that good. He's not that good.
He's been good in the playoffs, but he hasn't had to be anything better than just like passable. I mean, he was great in the Rams game.
He was really good in the Rams.
And I'll say this much. We do very much believe here that in order to get over the hump, you need to face your demons and beat your demons.
These are his demons.
What better for Sam Darnold? Because we talked about this with like the Eagles had to go beat the Chiefs. Like the Bills and the Ravens were never winning the Super Bowl this year if they didn't beat the Chiefs. Like that's just kind of how it goes. The way that I look at that situation with Darnold is his real demon before this was the Rams. Like, I don't think that people realize he had 3 of his worst games since he's become a pretty good quarterback against the Rams in the playoffs last year. The 2 games this year were his worst games that he's had with the Seahawks and Vikings. And then he kind of overcame that, slayed them. And the last final boss would be the Pats and the kind of revenge for the Seeing Ghost game. So that ultimately would be the thing that I think if he is going to do it, he's going to do it in this capacity. And I do think that Darnold, I'll say this much. Darnold is inconsistent. I don't think that he's someone you can trust in terms of like turning the ball over and historically has not stepped up in big moments. But he does have a little bit of Eli. He has a little bit of Flacco. He has a little bit of Nick Foles, where it's just like, man, you catch him. I literally had a tweet earlier.
He's got arm talent. He's got real arm talent. Arm talent. He does, yeah.
And earlier this year, what I said was, I said he's the most entertaining quarterback in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
Where he's either going to be from game to game, play to play, you never know what you're going to get from Sam Darnold. And that's the Eli variant that he has that makes him like someone that you literally never know when you fucking snap the ball, whether he's going to go CTE mode or he's going to be, prime Peyton Manning. So
yeah.
I'm very, 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 very excited.
I just feel like Dred, you know what's interesting is like this Patriots team, it kind of reminds me of the first Rams title or the first title that Belichick had in that era. It kind of reminds me of that team
with the defense and the young quarterback.
And the young quarterback. And it's like they're not really like a dominant team yet, and it doesn't really make quite as much sense as it.
The Seahawks team is good, but they're not the greatest show on turf, though. Like that was when they beat the greatest show on turf.
I mean, they were cheating to do it, but
they're always cheating. That's the point. That's the edge that the Patriots discovered is that if you keep cheating, it's like how in basketball, if you keep fouling, they can't call them all. If you keep cheating, they can't kill you for all of them.
Or it's like when you release all of the Epstein files at once and people can't keep up with any of it, and then they just get inundated with all this information and it breaks your brain. Having said this, thinking back to that original Super Bowl when they won the 2 Greatest Show on Turf. Now, the Greatest Show on Turf did show some more cracks that year. Like the Eagles almost beat them in the NFC Championship game with a young Donovan McNabb. Andy Reid was the first time the Eagles had gotten there. And they were certainly more beatable that year than in a traditional, like when they won the Super Bowl a few years before that. Having said that, this Seahawks team, I know a lot of NFL nerds that were like very in on this Seahawks team, but this Seahawks team did kind of come out of nowhere. Like, I mean, it's not like a team that had already established themselves as, a dominant force by any means. This is a surprise, I would say. I don't think that anyone in the preseason was picking them to win the Super Bowl. Like maybe there were people that thought they could win the division.
No,
right.
Exactly,
there were some people, like I know Bill and Mina Kimes were very big on them. It was 8.5 was their over under. So, and also, by the way, people saying, "Oh, the deadline's so dead that we're talking NFL." First off, the Eagles have been in the Super Bowl twice during Slop Fest, so I always talk NFL on Slop Fest. Second off, all the trades have happened, so we're used to more trades happening on the day of the deadline. I'm happy they spread out the trades so that we have time to talk about basically every single one. The only one that we haven't talked about so far that happened was the Io trade, which I like the Io trade for the Wolves. Like, I think it's smart just to get a 100%. Guy that can come off of their bench and, maybe close some games for them. He's having a career year as a shooter. Defensively, I think that they said that he's one of the best isolation defenders in the NBA this year. And I think that he can really help them. And I think if you're building around Anthony Edwards, getting someone who's more of a secondary ball handler that can knock down open shots and try their ass off on defense, makes a lot of sense. Having said that, the Bulls fans that are disappointed about that trade, they should have traded Kobe and Io a year ago when they could have gotten real value for them. And they decided to trade him now, considering that they waited this long. To get 4 seconds, I know they might not be great seconds or whatever. To get 4 seconds for an expiring contract,
it lets them do other stuff eventually. Like it at least lets them. Because here's the thing: they're finally tearing it down. Like you said, too late, but at least it's something. Because otherwise, they weren't going to. They shouldn't. Like maybe the argument is they extend him and they.
I would have tried to do that. That's the thing, is that I would have, if the alternative was try to get to the summer and squeeze Io on a scam contract, then I understand that argument. But ultimately, you got Io with a second-round pick. I know your front office isn't great at drafting, but you're going to get plenty of swings on these guys. You can also, another thing that I think is being a little bit underrated, a team like the Thunder just has too many first-round picks now.
Exactly.
And so they can take their second-round picks, and they can throw 5 second-round picks to move up to the 23rd pick of the draft or whatever if they like a guy at the end of the first, and they can take a swing on someone like that. And this is them moving in a direction that, while I probably would have tried to keep Io and maybe get him this on a better contract this offseason instead of whatever little cap space I gained from this and some seconds, I still think that there are avenues that they can explore, that they can basically make this team better and younger and just kind of an exciting team in the coming years if they do this thing right.
Not for nothing, Jason. Not to bring back up the Knicks here and the trade for Jose, but the fact that the Knicks didn't have to give up the Wizards seconds is the exact same thing here, where there are teams, because of how the draft wealth has been accumulated, there are going to be teams this draft 27, 29, and 30 that have more picks than they can reasonably take on.
Yeah.
Just how the cookies have crumbled, and good seconds or multiple seconds together can become late firsts very quickly.
We've seen it the last few drafts. Like, teams have just been like, the Knicks were on the other side of this when they traded with the Thunder on 2024 draft night. They traded like 4 seconds to move up, and then they used that on Kolak. Dylan Jones was selected by the Thunder. Like, there are ways to get into. Danny Ainge famously traded the pick that was Desmond Bane for second-round picks to salary dump Enes Kanter, if I remember correctly.
Still worth it, by the way. I want to point out, still worth it. Get fucking
Well, they
Enes
signed him later, though. They brought him back.
Which that was terrible. I'm not saying, but if you could, the mistake with Enes Kanter was not sending him to Guantanamo.
Yeah.
Or actually just send him back to Erdogan. Just send him back to Erdogan.
Yeah, I was going to say
Kanter is the answer for what is the NBA athlete who might be on the Epstein list, but like non-Karl Malone division, it's Enes Kanter.
100%.
Yeah, like non-Malone.
Yeah, some CIA connections for
sure. Kanter might have just been hanging out for intelligence gathering reasons.
That's true. He was not there to fondle. Yes.
Yeah. He was in the trenches with John Bolton.
Vooch reroute, it looks like Keith Smith just reported that the Vooch Simons trade is official.
But it doesn't matter if it's official because you don't have to aggregate him.
Oh, you're right. No aggregate. You're right.
You can flip. It's as long as if you're trading a 1-for-1, you can still dump him somewhere else as long as it's a 1-for-1. I think that they would do that if Clay. Although the way that Shams framed it did make it sound like the Celtics are interested in bringing in Vooch, maybe as like a trial run here.
Well, the Celtics love white shooters.
We were just saying that the Lakers and the Celtics are trying to basically build
Celtics
like
and
Jim
CIA,
Crow level basketball teams right now. Like they have Luke. So between you guys have Baylor Shireman, Vooch, Hugo Gonzalez.
The zoom in on your face was very funny there.
Oh, sorry. It just does that when I move my hands sometimes. It's some AI bullshit that's built into this camera.
I just love the Hugo Gonzalez zoom. Yeah.
And then there's who else is the
Hauser?
Sam Hauser.
Fast PP.
Fast PP. So you have 5 white guys on your team, right? That actually play minutes.
Derek White.
Derek White, last name with Derek White. And then you have on the Lakers, you have Dalton Connect. You guys could do 5v5 white guys. Every time I say white guys, it's
the finger motion that you're doing.
What is it?
It's the finger motion. So it's
got it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You could actually. Ooh.
Yeah, if you pull in, it'll pull in. If you push out, it'll push out.
Yeah, I'll have to change the settings later.
Yeah, just responding. It's trigger word. It's MK Ultra word is white guys.
White guys.
Yeah, man, read in the Discord. Be like.
So you have Luke Kennard.
Yeah.
You have Jake LaRavia, Dalton Connect, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves,
coached by JJ Redick. Are there any other white guys on that team? I think that was it. I think that's all. LeBron James spiritually.
Businessman LeBron James?
Businessman LeBron James and or Genie Bus ex-boyfriend LeBron James.
I was going to say, Rob Pelinka's the GM. Brad Stevens the GM in Boston.
Kleber. Yeah.
Maxi Kleber's still around. They literally could run a 5v5 because they both have white centers.
Yeah, I actually think that they should make the Celtics and Lakers play a pre-integration game just so everyone could get it out of their system.
So they said that they see the direction that the league is going in, Harrison, or the country's going in, Harrison said. So they want to appeal to the base of MAGA voters that they're going to try to win them back.
Too late though. We're into woke. We're going to go from woke 2 to woke 3 pretty soon. I'm pretty sure they're inventing woke 3 in a lab.
Let's go. Can't wait for woke 3. Should have done it on Legends Night. Pioneers. This is incredibly offensive. So yeah, no, ultimately.
Oh yeah, Timmy. We forgot about the most important white man on the Lakers. Timmy. Big Tim.
Who?
Slow man.
Oh, Drew Timmy. I was like, who is Timmy?
Yeah, Drew Timmy. Jason, you're muted.
You're muted right now.
I thought you were talking about Timothy Chalamet for a second when you said that.
Yeah,
Marty Supreme.
Yeah, Marty Supreme.
Supreme, baby.
Midi Supreme.
Yeah. Oh, did not like it.
I kind of agree with Trill. I thought it was fine.
It's
no Uncut Gems.
Yeah. Uncut Gems is a lot better.
It was fine. It's a fine movie. It's solid. Good acting. Well shot. They know how to make a movie. I'm not disagreeing with that. I wish they didn't cast Business Hitler in it. Even though he was good, I have to hand it to Business Hitler. He was great in that movie. But no, I just felt like there were stronger movies that came out. I thought last year was a really good year for movies, and I'm not even like the biggest movie guy in the world. Like I'm just like a pretty casual movie viewer, and I felt like it was a really strong year for movies, and that was Marty Supreme was fine.
Look, I'll say this much for Business Hitler, for Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. That's who it is. For anyone
he plays a very convincing
piece of shit,
narcissist piece of shit cuck.
Yeah, which is exactly who he is. He's playing himself.
Yeah. Look, I'll also say this, not to reroute us back to basketball here. But in terms of the various second round moves, this draft is very deep. 26 is very deep. 27 is pretty ass, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like it's projecting to be pretty ass. Obviously there could be six.
That's why everyone's trying to trade their picks for that draft.
Yeah. There could be surprises. We get surprises every year. But there's a pretty decent chance that 27 is like the what was the Ricochet draft? Was that like that? Like it's a pretty similar 2020. Yeah, pretty similar vibes in terms of the overall quality deep into the first, where there might be some successful ones, but then exactly. 2027 will have surprise guys who stay for a second or third year as well. 2028 is the other one. Well, not quite as strong as 2026 in terms of the top end talent projecting right now. These are high schoolers, so like let me calm down in terms of the understanding.
Yeah, you never know. Like I mean, we were just talking about 2020. Remember the 2020 draft when we were a year and a half out from the 2020 draft, and we were like, "Oh, this draft sucks. The best players like Cole Anthony," and then it was like, and Cole Anthony was a problem in high school. Don't get me wrong, but like Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball, and eventually by the time the draft came around, Tyrese Halliburton, like these guys, they take some time to kind of come to the surface sometimes. So, you might have 2027 where it's like a guy or two by the time we get around to the draft kind of separates themselves from the rest of the class. It just sucks that it's coming on the back of these two incredible drafts back to back, where you have Flag, Harper, VJ, Khan. I'll be nice to Ace and say Ace, include him in the top 5. And then you have Ace has been pretty good recently. I'm still like whatever, but like
what do we think of what the Jazz are doing?
I like the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade, but I know a lot of people did not.
Oh,
I might be in the minority there.
They gave up 2 bad firsts and 1 good first. Like, I think it's a good trade on the numbers. Like the 27 first or whatever. Again, 27 bad class. The Suns pick, that's the only thing. But the reality is the ownership was not going to be patient for a forever rebuild forever. And as far as moves to push in
they're in one of those places where like some of those owners in Cuban was like this when he was the Mavericks owner too. Like some of these places where basketball's not king, or just like pro sports in general. It's like a red state, like with all these weird kind of, they struggle with the whole like rebuild stuff.
They just want to have, and like the Jazz, this whole thing is like they just want to build like a fun team. Like they don't care about winning championships. Like they care about they care about like being competitive. Yeah, competitive. Bring like honestly, I have to hand it to them. The atmospheres for the playoff games are fucking electric in Utah. Like they're absolutely insane, and they just want to get back to that point. It's going to be hard to sustain that in the West, even with like the JJJ addition.
And they got some good stuff out of Laurie and Walker Kessler. Like they've gotten some like Laurie's like he's a pretty good player. Like surprisingly, he's gotten really good.
As far as pushing the chips moves, this was not a disaster. This does not, for example, make them like destroy their future in a meaningful way, and so I can't be mad about it. Like if your goal is to be a somewhere between the 4th and the 8th seed every year, like this is a great roster for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lowry, JJJ, and Kessler all fix each other's weaknesses. See, that's what I was kind of arguing on the thing where I was like, all right, so like, what is JJJ's biggest weakness? Rebounding. Okay, Lowry Markkanen is going to be one of the best rebounding threes in the NBA. Walker Kessler is a great rebounder. Now they're going to have insane rim protection.
Is that going to be? Are they going to start all 3 of those guys, or is one guy?
I think they'll start all 3.
Yeah,
I think
Laurie
so.
has a 3. Wow.
Well, I think that's his natural fit, to be honest.
He did that with the Cavs, and it was for half a season or for a year. People forget this. Before they traded for Mitchell, it was Mobley, Allen, and Lowry. And that's when Lowry started to kind of really find himself. And I think he is probably a little bit more on an ideal team. You would be able to play him at the 4, but because he needs so much help on defense, I think putting him at the 3 and then surrounding him with like defensive talent and creation around him is going to be something that is probably beneficial for him. Their biggest weakness is very, on the offensive end is obviously passing.
And here's the thing. They very clearly intend to try to keep the pick this year and to tank or continue tanking.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not like, obviously anybody that gets Darren Peterson is going to be thrilled.
Anyone who gets one of the top 2 or 3 picks in this draft is going to be.
I would extend out even all the way to 6. I really like Keaton Wagler.
Yeah, he's been awesome recently.
I think if
Kingston Flemings has been great.
Oh,
Caleb Wilson has been awesome.
Demon, Caleb Wilson. But if they get pick 4, what's their pick protected for this year? It's like
8.
It's projected all the way up to 8. Yeah, let's just say they get like 4 to 6 and they draft Keaton Wagler, that's a sensible team. That's a team that like it's not going to be a team that I'm going to be like, oh, sleepy demon in the West. Could they overturn the Thunder? No, absolutely not. But could they be a fun team? Absolutely.
My question, someone just said the Keontae leap was amazing. My question is, who was the last leap that we saw like this on offense?
Oh shit!
Because he was not good his first 2 years. That's a good one. That's an interesting one. Depot's a great shout. Honestly, Lowry is another one that they like. Lowry's another one where he always showed signs, though. Like he was one of those guys that might have just been more of like an opportunity, confidence, and role thing.
Garland, that's a good one.
Garland's probably his best comp, to be honest.
Yeah.
The Laurie stuff is like, I think just like being on the Bulls is like,
Oladipo's a good shout. I think Garland's probably the best comp for him.
Look, I was big on, like, I'll own this. I was very big on Keontae before the draft. I've talked about that multiple times, and I thought it was disappointing the direction like the career had gone so far. But it does feel like at least now useful player.
Yeah, no, I agree.
True. I'm writing about J. Cole. I'm gonna get out of here for a second.
Let's go. You're falling off. This is your fall off.
The fall off, baby. So
when does that come out, by the way? Tomorrow?
It comes out tomorrow. Okay, so quickly for the masses out there, my theory on J. Cole is this. Yes, he's a popular rapper, but he's also a popular punching bag. And so a lot of people can't seem to be normal about him.
Yeah.
And in fact,
polarizing.
And in fact, a lot of obviously Kendrick's a much better rapper than J. Cole is, obviously. But a lot of the things that Kendrick struggles with in his music, Cole also struggles with, and vice versa. And so when I see Kendrick being held on this really higher pedestal, yes, he's a better rapper. But when I see Kendrick being on his high pedestal,
we were around. The younger people weren't around for this. I know I sound like an old head right now, and I know you're much younger than me. But when J. Cole and Kendrick first came out, like, Cole was filling the void that Kendrick filled 2 years later.
Yes.
Like 2009 when the warm-up dropped, like, that was everyone thought that he was going to be Kendrick. And then Kendrick came out like a year or two later, and it was like, oh, what if Cole was just like way better at rapping and had a harder edge.
A harder
edge.
And was just able to tell stories better and write
songs
better.
From the West Coast. Like, Kendrick has that type of like hip-hop lineage thing that's really important to a lot of like hip-hop like executives and a lot of that stuff.
For sure.
He's got that. And so I think a lot of
we talked about it on your podcast. Go listen to Jason's podcast that we did. We talked about it, and I did the whole. We did this whole conversation about how J. Cole appeals to a lot of people just because he's the everyman rapper. He is like he's someone you could hang out with. He doesn't feel above you. He's not like Kendrick is like levitating on a plane of existence that is just different from us. Whereas he's kind of more just like, you know, a guy that you know and could see yourself like hanging out with.
Yeah, Cole feels like your loser friend, and I mean that in the best possible way.
Your loser friend who you're rooting for.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
a little bit.
And also like him dropping out of the Drake and Kendrick like insane war that was about this bloody war that was about to happen.
Yeah.
Him dropping out of it felt like an everyman thing. Like, actually, wait, this actually isn't for me. It's like these two guys are psychopaths. This actually is not for me.
Yeah, fuck this.
Fuck this. This kind of sucks. This is like kind of like it's kind of awful. It's about to ruin hip hop. Kind of. I don't really want to do this. Yeah. And I actually
I'm going to throw out one little punch, and then I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, he's like, look, I made that song. You know, I'm good. I'm
I
actually
think the album.
good.
I think he probably had to rewrite a lot of the album because he probably had to incorporate.
We'll see what it's. So anyway, I'm doing it back and forth about.
Did you get it early or no?
No. Okay. I did not get it early.
I know sometimes you do.
Yeah, sometimes I do, but I did not get this one early. Look, but I just want to say, dude, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Anytime. Go follow Jason, the Jason Buford Show. It's a great, and also you're on Substack now, right?
I'm on Substack. Yep.
Substack.
Lots of comments, Jason Buford.
My former co-host on 808s and Bars.
And then, you can find my writing in GQ and, any place.
Pitchfork, ESPN.
Yep. But
did that profile come out you were working on, or is that still in the works for that?
No, dude, that I didn't tell you. Okay, I guess I can just say it. Okay. Tyler, the Creator, did not want to work with me.
Damn.
Wait, what?
Tyler, the Creator, did not want to work with me. Yeah.
Why?
Because of the Mac Miller thing.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
But it's like, dude, I even told his team, I was like, look, there are things about that article that I think are still fucking great criticism. There are things about that article that I do regret. I think I lumped them in with. I think I lumped Mac in with a bunch of evil ass fucking dudes.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of like Post Malone is like an evil fucking guy. like you know what I mean? Like
human corporation.
Yeah, literally. And so I think I lumped him in with that, and I understand what that. I understand that was unfair to his character. Yeah. I still defend a lot of the ideas also, in it.
I wasn't even talking about
trade.
Tyler the Creator. Oh, we have a trade. Is it a real one? I was actually talking about the basketball player. That you were doing a profile on, but I don't know.
But it was supposed to be both of them. That was the thing. Yeah. The basketball player will go on name, but it was supposed to be both of them.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
It was going to be both of them, and I was going to hang out with them all weekend.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Denver got under the tax.
Yeah.
Congrats, folks.
Hunter Tyson. Let's go. Calvin Booth's mistakes are now being made up. So Jason, thanks for joining.
Yo, thanks for
Peace,
having
brother.
me. Peace,
Take care.
brother. Take care.
I'll say this much to the by the way earlier the Dilly and the trade to get Io to the Wolves. I appreciate that Tim Connolly moves on from his mistakes quickly.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing that I think that a good GM would do is just like, and that was, it's funny because he takes a lot of risks and most of his risks pay off. The one thing that potentially could be the biggest risk he ever took, which was the Rob Dillingham trade, is the one that is going to backfire and potentially close their championship window.
It at least makes it more difficult.
It definitely makes it more difficult.
Yeah, I can I be like really like for real here? I actually don't know that they had a real championship window the way the West has been set up. Like, don't get me wrong, Ant always gives you a chance.
Yeah.
But I think that they were a elite, very good team, not a elite team. They would have had to have
They
lot of...
were conference finals level 2 years ago. They were not conference finals level last year.
Right.
And I think this year, they might just be a team that is built for the playoffs because of Ant, though. Because, like, Ant is... I always talked about this with guys where it was like, the best kind of playoff riser types tend to be the guys who are, like, the best tough shot makers, because those are the tough shots are all you get in the playoffs.
Yes.
And when you have a diet of tough shots, which is why DeMar DeRozan being bad in the playoffs has never made any sense to me. Because in theory, he should be a riser.
But DeMar DeRozan, as much as I love the DeMar DeRozan play style because of its nostalgia factor, DeMar DeRozan, there's tough shot taker complimentary and tough shot taker derogatory.
Right.
And
it's like the only shot you can get versus like Ant takes and makes tough shots, but also has the ability that he warps the defense to stop him from getting the easy shots that we know that he can get as well.
He is to some degree voluntarily taking on a higher load so that the rest of the floor is better for everyone else. And then he still just shoots it, which is fine. That's the confidence thing. On the other hand,
huge slop.
Oh.
Amari Williams 2-year deal, $2.7 million with the Celtics. Sam is... Wait, did they have an open roster spot?
I guess technically now, yeah, that they got rid of Chris Boucher.
They salary dumped Chris Boucher. Right.
It seems... All right.
Sam's going to be over the moon about that one.
Yeah, I mean...
That's probably going to be the thing that he's going to be most excited about when we tell him all the moves that happened.
Of course it is.
But someone did say Ant is a playoff primary guy with the playmaking. That might cap his ceiling, but I've been saying I think you just got to sink or swim with Ant. And I think that we got real Slop. Do we get real Slop? Josh, why not?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about. Goodbye, bye-bye.
Wait, where did he get traded to? The Nuggets?
Brooklyn.
Oh, that's a nothing thing then.
Bye-bye.
I would have loved to see us try to get Josh Minott, although I guess we need more shooting. We can't. Wow. Did he fall out of the rotation entirely? I guess he did.
He just doesn't fit with the sensical version of the rotation. Frankly speaking, I think Minott needed a Jason Tatum to be
funny.
Useful, but
he shot 44% from 3 with you guys.
Yes,
very low volume, but
he's like Minott is. I'm glad that we didn't send him to a relevant team, but also I hope he has fun in Brooklyn.
That actually might not be a bad pickup for them. I don't hate them trying to get some athleticism, because the one thing that everyone's complained about with them this year is that they are just so unathletic. And in the past, Marks has tried to acquire these kind of guys. So yeah, no, that's a interesting, still a minimum guy, more tax savings. Yeah. So because the Amari Williams deal is probably half of what Minott made.
I think
because they could prorate it.
I was going to say it's literally half with the proration. So yes.
Yeah.
And also that also means that, so here's the thing, Kev, and they were talking about this in the chat, but like they were going to have minimum holds anyways. So picking up Amari Williams takes a roster spot that would otherwise be a cap hold anyways. Why not Tillman? Because nobody wants Tillman. Because Tillman's the mascot.
I was going to say Tillman is probably not someone who could. I genuinely think the Nets might be trying to get Minott in and see what he looks like with their team.
Xavier Tillman had a 12-minute stretch over 3 games against Luka Doncic that I will always be grateful for.
I was going to say, he did his job. He made that 3 in the
Where
finals.
for some reason, the same way Kevin Love for 12 minutes in the playoffs, just 12 seconds. Exactly. Sometimes you just need a little bit of demon time, and then the rest of your career is done. So goodbye.
My favorite friend of the show, Piss, who had my favorite quote of all time when it came to Xavier Tillman, which is that when he got traded to the Celtics, he created more podcast segments than playoff minutes, which was one of the funniest things. All right, I'm trying to get down now. Keep in mind, guys, Sam has been MIA since 11
a.m.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
So he hasn't seen any trades that have happened today. So the big ones we want to tell him are Io, obviously, is like probably the biggest trade I think that happened since he went offline. Josh Minot, we'll tell him Minot first.
Yeah,
just because that's the most relevant to Sam. And then we'll do Io, we'll do Jose Alvarado to the Knicks, Luke Kennard to the Lakers.
You just dumped Eric Gordon.
For nothing?
2032 second round pick swap.
With who?
Grizzlies.
Did we not get a veteran minimum player back? Because we have multiple open roster spots now because we just dumped 2 guys we can convert to.
Yeah, you are not getting anyone back. It's a pure dump.
Just to save money?
I
guess.
I guess. Okay.
2-way flexibility to complete the conversion of Don Barlow, but that's a lie. That's just a PR.
You could already do that, right? Like,
they can get a buyout guy. They'll probably sign
Lonzo.
They'll probably sign Lonzo or Chris Paul or someone washed. I don't know what you guys expect. Morey's one of the worst GMs in the NBA now. He sucks at his job. He doesn't do anything.
He's good at drafting. If you can make him just your lead draft guy,
he's good at drafting, but what do I give a shit if we literally have 2 players that he's ever drafted on the team right now.
That's true, but they're both great.
They're both great. The Maxey pick, I will give him massive credit for. VJ Edgecombe was the 3rd pick of the draft.
Right.
There were 3 guys he could have picked from, and 2 of them would have been great, and 1 of them would have been whatever with Ace. I think if you have a 66% chance of succeeding with the pick, then I don't think that you're good at your job because you literally got the 3rd pick of the draft after your plan fucked up so bad that you had to punt on a full season. I'm happy that we have VJ and Maxey. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that he's an average GM at this point.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
He needs to be held accountable for his actions.
And as Kid 22 Koopa says, he's a puppet for Demon Nate Duncan.
I saw that. Yeah, he didn't like McCain. Always loved Barlow and Jabari. I can't believe there are people out there that love Jabari Walker.
Nate Duncan doesn't like McCain because,
other reasons. Yeah. Also, I do just want to point out, he also doesn't like Maxey, so that's very obvious. That's where that theory, and he didn't like VJ in the draft, so that's where the theory falls apart. But I will say politically, I'm sure Nate Duncan and Daryl Morey have a lot in common. All right, I'm going to just throw up someone saying EG dumped. We'll throw Kev up there. Yeah, man, I don't know. I didn't expect once we traded McCain, I was just like, all right, my deadline's ruined. There's nothing we could have done unless we got a genuine fringe starter type guy that would have made me feel better about this.
Will can't wait to clip Sam drowning in piss and shit about Demon Minot finally going where he belongs.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
By the way, sorry, because they had to send something back, they did send the rights to Justinian Jessup. Yep, you guys got the rights. Yep, you got Jessup.
Wow. Hey, Daryl Morey, if you did this yesterday, we could have gotten Vince Williams Jr. or Jock Landale. Or 2 days ago, whenever the fucking JJJ trade happened. Why didn't you do that?
Because he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Or actually, he might have just been in the Discord. The SH is Daryl Morey theory. I think has some legs.
Wait, what is people saying about Kevin Love? Are they saying that he could come here on a buyout? God, that is a wash guy. We are going to get a wash guy. I can't wait for that.
Justinian Jessup, man. I love that for you guys. That's a fun name to say. You know,
Justinian Jessup. I'm assuming he's just someone who never came over.
Yeah, he's never came over. It's once again, because of the very many arcane rules in the CBA, you can have those floating draft rights to guys that have never come over. Very useful to be sending in trades for things because you have to send something. I can tell you that right now he is playing for Bayern Munich, so he's playing in the German
cool,
league.
good.
Yeah,
maybe we could bring him over and be our 15th roster spot. I had a feeling they weren't going to be able to dump Drummond, so I'm not too sad about that one.
Man,
even though Drummond has been.
Justinian Jessup looks like the older brother in a Disney Channel original movie, like that kind of guy. He has that kind of face.
Have the Rockets done anything? No, they're one of the few teams that didn't do anything at this trade deadline. I think they're the Lakers even got Luke Kennard.
I have to assume that the Rockets are coming to terms with the fact that one of Amin or Sengun is out the door next in the offseason. Like, again, those are two players I'm very high on. In general, there are two players I believe.
I mean, if they trade for Giannis, maybe.
I think for Giannis, but I also just think for a sense-making move. Like, I think there's.
I don't think they're going to do that yet, though, because they're both like Amin's still in his rookie deal.
But the thing is that you are now weirdly like you haven't pushed in the chips all the way, but you do have this roster where you have Durant, you have all these other elements. I think there's a decent chance that you sell not exactly high, but you sell medium on one of the two. And I think, frankly speaking, it would probably be Sengun for complementary pieces and picks to then do something again later.
We'll see. Will, hold on. Will's such a pervert. I'm pulling this up. Darko chart of Josh Minot and Jabari Smith Jr. I think that Minot could be like a bench guy. Like I don't think that I think he showed enough with Boston that like he'll hang around. I
agree.
I don't think that he's gonna change anyone's life here.
So here's a question for you. There was a report that one GM said that they backed out of the Giannis thing because they weren't sure that Giannis would be fine behind their as a second star. Mm-hmm. And let's just take that at face value and not as bullshit spin. Which team do you think would have done that back out? Would be thinking about trading for Giannis, but thought that Giannis would be the second star?
Like in the NBA currently?
So that's what the report was. The report was that there was a report that a team backed out of the Giannis trade stuff because they didn't think that Giannis would be humble enough to play second fiddle. I think it might be Minnesota.
I mean, he doesn't want. I don't think Giannis thinks that he should have to take a backseat to anyone for good reason. Like Giannis is one of the three best players in the NBA. So I think Minnesota probably would have been. OKC's just never gonna be in. Like they're just not trading for Giannis level guys. So did we get Charles Bassey? Did we sign him for the rest of the season? Is that the last roster spot?
Whatever. That's fun.
Because if we convert Dom and we convert Walker and then we have Bassey. Hold on. I saw someone say Bassey back. Oh, they're signing to a second 10-day contract, which helps Dom Barlow play tonight because he hasn't been converted yet. They are so fucking perverted, dude. Fucking perverts. Just fucking sign him to a real contract. We're so far below the tax now. What do you have to negotiate? You should have known this for fucking weeks.
Oh my God. Bam McMahon is going on ESPN saying that teams are asking for picks to be attached to Ja Morant.
Yeah.
I know.
Ja Morant's contract is horrible. I don't know why you would...
I agree, but it's like...
He's washed, bro.
Dude,
it's over.
Chris Vernon might be... We might be looking at him, like just on the news.
It's been a rough week for Chris Vernon.
If they attached picks to get up 2 weeks ago, Chris Vernon was on the mismatch saying, "We're not taking a bad trade for John Morant. If the trades are bad out there, they'll just for Ja. The trades are bad out there. They'll just wait and get some real packages. I think both Ja and the Grizz are going to regret moving on from each other. But if they're going to do it, they're going to do it for a real package. At this point, he's going to be in the bunker going,
Yeah.
9. It's going to be bad."
Oh, did Verno react live to the JJJ trade? I'm finding this.
I'm
finding this. Hold on.
Despondent.
I'm pulling this up.
Like he had just said earlier on the mismatch,
Which is so funny because I know, like, I still like the trade for Utah. Like, I think it's fine to take that swing. But also, that's a good trade for the Grizzlies, dude. Like, the Grizzlies are going nowhere with that team. They should absolutely be trying to do stuff like that.
He had an emotional reaction because his daughter's favorite
player, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. So was this the clip? Was he on the mismatch?
He was on his stage, his radio show.
Okay.
And then he had done the mismatch in the morning.
All right, I'm trying to find the clip on. Did he post it on his Twitter?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna see if I can find it. You know, I love some Vernon, but I gotta laugh at some Cope here.
Grizzlies saw Demon Tide Jerome.
He didn't post it on his Twitter, or unless he reposted it from someone, because I can't find the clip. I saw the clip of him on the mismatch, but that's when he was talking about his daughter, and I was like, I get it, that sucks. Like, don't get me wrong, that's horrible. Like, you get emotionally connected to players. I feel that way about I feel that way about Jared McCain, and he's not nearly as good as Jaren Jackson Jr. But at the same time, it is unfortunately a smart decision for the Grizzlies to go in that direction and try to find the next core guys that they can build around.
So I got to be honest, they're never beating the small bean drafting team allegations. They traded
it's funny that Sam gave up on that because they traded for Marcus Smart, and that's what fucking blew the whole team up.
It's so that's because I love Marcus Smart. Marcus will always be one of my favorite Celtics. But like Sam truly Japanese soldier meme on Marcus Smart being a useful NBA player.
And I think Marcus Smart has actually been one of the better 3-point shooters for the Lakers this year. I'm not positive, but I think so.
Yeah, he actually has. He's been very positive for the Lakers, which is a pretty good bit.
Which is funny because he's been fairly washed the last few years. If someone could send the clip into chat, Vernon reaction link. I don't know if you're allowed to send links into YouTube chat, but we'll see. I cannot find it.
I'll also say this much for I think, like, again, I'm not saying that the 27 draft won't have some standout players, but it is deeply, to me, Grizz sort of coded to trade for 2 picks that by this time next year will not be viewed as valuable. And
because of but they always do well, even in bad drafts. They got Jalen Wells and Zach Edey. Like,
I think they will probably do well with those picks, but like it is they're never beating the allegations of just wanting to draft all the players. Their big thing is they want to draft their core.
Yeah.
Shams is now switching his propaganda. We're manufacturing consent now for the Bucks. The Bucks genuinely believe they can build a contender around Giannis Antetokounmpo this summer, per Shams Charania.
Yeah,
this is insane manufacturing. Once again, I know. I'm not saying that Chomsky's not canceled. Chomsky's very canceled this week, but manufacturing consent.
Zoo to the Pacers.
Wow. Okay. Well, we knew this was coming. Like, this was
not really. Like, it was rumored, but I didn't think it was going to happen.
What's the package?
I'm going to guess Benedict Mathurin and 2 first-round picks. Not this year, but next year's first in 2029.
Okay. Yeah, I got to be honest. As far as Zubac's career doing himself favors, going from Uno to Hallie is the best I will not be exposed move he could possibly do. Spagoo did know. Well, Spagoo was whiz cashing.
It's a good fit. All right, cool. Thank you for sending me the reaction. Jonathan and Piss sent me the reaction, so we will be pulling that up now. When we get the details, OKC's going to get a better pick in the draft. That's a good point. Are they going to trade Kawhi in the next hour? No way. Yeah, shout out to Jake Fisher, man. He's been crushing this deadline. He was all over this one. Jake has more sources than Shams at this point.
Yeah,
I
know.
Jake and Mark Steiner have been carrying this deadline. Okay, Sam's going to be here at 3. So we have another good trade to show him.
That's true.
Which
I'm
is
excited.
very exciting. I'm now look, me and Will had a conversation a little bit about the Zubac and the Pacers fit. I don't love the pace element of it because they love to play, and he's so slow and whatever. In the half court, Zoo, if he can get back to where he was the last 2 years, I love the fit in that regard. Like just like a big screen setter, someone that's going to roll to the basket, pick and roll guy with Halliburton. That's awesome. Rebounding demon. That's another element.
This makes sense to me if you are expecting to slow down the pace for post Achilles Halley. Like if you think
he's strong now. I don't know if
he is strong. He's been doing upper body work.
Maxie walked up to him after the game the other night and was like, "You're swole."
Yeah, he's legitimately like, I genuinely, yeah, I think they might just be a more half court focused team post Achilles, and I think that's really smart. If you have a star who, again, they're aging, maybe you're bulking them up so they can be a little bit more physical down around the basket too. You're going to get them to be able to be, more of a true floor general. I think that's fine. I think slowing down the pace for that version of Halley is worth it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. That's if the Sixers get Kawhi, he will get suspended, then medically retire. Very good shout, Jaden. You're 100% right, Jaden. So Jack, I don't know how I'm gonna do a little bit of a hand on the shoulder for Jack Dowd in the comments, who's a Clippers fan. You're not getting an unprotected 2026 for Zubac, brother. So we'll see. We're gonna, by the way, I'm gonna pull up the Verno reaction here. I think it's smart. What's that?
Who thought that you were getting the Clippers were going to get at 100?
He's doing what the Sixers channel does. He's doing Curtis thought right now, which is I'm on a different plane of existence, thinking about all of the potential positive outcomes. My guess is that it's the 2027 first from the Pacers after Halliburton's back, and then they send like a 2029 first.
That would be my guess too. Yeah.
Nothing so far though, by the way. Still Shams, complete fucking fraud. Zubac, no details. He tweeted 3 minutes ago, no package. Shams has been talking about Giannis, and Fisher and Stein have been all over the actual deals happening before they happen. So, God, who's more reliable, Brett Siegel or Shams? It's impossible to say.
It's a great question at this point.
I need you guys to realize that Daryl Morey has done his job. He is the meme. My work is done here. Well, you didn't even do anything, and then he walks away. That's Daryl Morey right now. He's not getting Kawhi Leonard. They're not taking back Paul George, even though they should. Paul George for the Clippers picks back for Kawhi Leonard and Derrick Jones Jr. makes sense for both teams. It will never happen.
We still don't have the trade comp on this one.
Chris Mannix broke more news than Shams did this cycle.
Shams is kind of washed. I miss Woj.
He has no competition. He has the only competition he has is guys that no one takes seriously for fucking some reason. Bill's all in on this. Let's go.
I think it's a good move for the Pacers. I genuinely do. I think that I think it is a high floor move with a possibility of a high ceiling.
I mean, the Pacers are going to be right back in the mix next year. They're going to have an added top pick and Zubac.
God, I would if they are a team that if they do end up at the very top of this draft, Cam Boozer on that team would just be, oh my God, gorgeous.
I mean, Peterson or Boozer are going to work wherever they go, but man, that would be such a fun fit with them. I really hope they don't get one of those guys.
I mean, Caleb, I got to be honest. For them, it would go Cam then Caleb. Caleb would also just make here's the thing. Caleb is a demon on the rebounding and on stocks. And again, stocks
and also
everything.
He could be a play finisher playing in that role.
Yep.
With the Pacers, that would be real fantastic. And I say this as someone whose team took a gap year, quote unquote, last year. Not that we were ever as good as the Pacers were the last few years, but it is very fun just to add a top pick to like a your core, and then because then you're basically doing what the Warriors wanted to do, even though the Warriors actually won championships. But when it does work out like that, like how the Spurs were able to pull that off, it's just the best thing to be able to do that. And Halliburton's young enough that they could probably have, a 5 to 10 year span if they nail the top of this. See, I actually don't love the AJ fit with the Pacers.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
He's talented enough that it will work, just because I think they'll figure something out. But like, if you were to go, I would definitely have those three ahead of AJ for that fit personally.
I have to be honest. So, major board to the question: would the Pacers not just draft best player available if they have the top 3 pick? I think they would, but I think the first 2 in this draft are a clear tier, and then there are 4 guys. Yeah, Boozer and Darren in some order, and then AJ, Caleb Wilson, and then if you really want to put it there, like Wagler and Kingston Flemings,
sure.
To me are all at that point. You could have different evaluation, different order for each of them, and I'd be fine.
Yeah, I haven't really dug into it that much, but I definitely think that if they end up with 1 or 2, they're probably. I think Boozer's going to be amazing in the NBA, and he would be such a good fit with Halliburton. But having a backcourt of Hallie and Peterson,
oh Jesus,
that would be my number 1 option. I would go Hallie, Peterson, front court of Nesmith, Siakam, Zubac, and then have Nembhard as your super 6 man.
My personal belief is that if the Peterson medical's clear, so if you get him in your building and you the medical's clear completely, I'm Darren number 1 full throttle. If
there
you have any concern about Mathurin, yeah, it is Mathurin. Okay,
I knew it had to be Mathurin, but
right,
there's more salary they have to match, right? Who else is matching salary? Jarris Walker. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Zubac, yeah, he was already listed out as personal, so they knew they were trading him. Where are we getting the Mathurin? Shams?
No, Shams still has not tweeted it yet. It's Jake.
Of course. Oh, is Obi? No way. Obi's not in the trade. They love Obi, don't they? Jake Fisher said, he just said that Benedict Mathurin is part of the trade.
Yeah,
which makes sense. Okay, Mathurin, Ijax, and 2 firsts. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm all about that. That's a great.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a reasonable trade both ways.
Yeah. I don't know how to do closed caption. I think you have to do that on your own YouTube. I don't think that I'm able to do that. I don't have an option to add closed caption. I'm sure that there's a feature on YouTube that you can. They could, yeah, okay. Interesting. Oh, I guess Mathurin was a top pick in the draft, so he makes a decent amount of money.
He's got a pretty decent amount.
Yeah. Well, they take off. I don't like Mathurin. I don't know.
They'll give Zubac extended paternity leave effectively for the rest of the season. His wife is due, I think.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about that. They're already bad enough and Zubac is having a weird year anyway. He's been injured and stuff. And
yeah, I think that this is probably a good change of scenery for him. Yeah, the Mathurin Garland backcourt is something.
Oof. Well, the Clippers are finally going in that direction, though. They're finally starting to go look towards the future for the first time in how long? God, it's been like 15 years.
Yeah, it's been quite a while
since Blake Griffin. It's been like 16 years.
I think the reality is that I wish they had done this the year that it's a good draft that they're going to give a pick up to Presti, but
yeah,
whatever. You got to start rebuilding eventually, man.
I don't know. The one thing I will say I'm sad about is that they're doing it now because we have their 28 and 29 picks, and I was hoping that they were just waiting, and then they blew it up the year that we had their pick. Right. But I still think they're just going to be mid.
I think that they'll be bad in 28. I think that you could get a lottery pick in 28.
Oh, here we go. The Sixers just got their shooter.
Bang, 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 Niang.
I will shoot myself in the head if we sign George Niang. No disrespect to George. I actually think he's a cool guy, but I cannot do that man in the Sixers rotation.
The league revolves around Georges Niang, and that's because he's so big that it revolves around him. I can say this is a fat guy. Once you're fat, you can make fun of guys for being fat and less fat than you. It's woke then.
Mathurin is a calculator rat, least favorite. I don't trust him. Like, I watch the games and I'm just like, doesn't pass enough, doesn't play defense as hard as he should for someone with his tool set. I liked him in the draft. I thought that he had potential to be decent. Maybe he unlocked something with the Clippers. I'm just not a big fan. And he didn't really show anything off this year without Halliburton that makes me believe in him long term.
Yeah, he once again, Mathurin had one of the most unreal rookie free throw get to the line.
And also his first like 2 months in the league, I was like, oh, he's just a superstar.
Right.
And then he was just whatever. All right, here we go. Kobe Brown going to the Pacers.
2 first rounds, 1 second round. Kobe Brown.
Ajax, Benedict Mathurin, 2 first, which it's going to be 27 and 29, I think.
As long as it's 27, 29.
Or 28 and 30.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer the 27, 29, even though that makes Stepien more complicated going forward.
Mm-hmm. Bill explaining that these Clippers trades are due to aspiration deal and the clause pending suspension.
Okay, let me think. So if they give up 27, 29, they take the pick this year. If they give up 28, 30, they can still... Okay, it's like... I don't know which set of picks is more
26
favorable.
Protected?
Oh.
What did they protect it? Top lottery? Top 4?
That's risky. Holy shit.
No. He's saying if it's top 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They probably top 10 protected it, which means it's 27 pick.
Yeah. It's not unprotected decked out.
The furthest they can fall down is no way.
Is it only top 4? That's stupid then. Okay, so it's protected 1 through 4 and 10 through 30. So it has to land 5 through 9 to convey this year.
Dude, this is a horrible trade.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You just tanked. What if it ends up with the 5th pick in the draft?
So now you're incentivized. Yeah, like
but even if you have the worst record, the most likely outcome is 5.
You had to do 1 through 5.
So the Clippers might get a top 10 pick.
Yeah. Okay. I'm honestly, this is insanely good for them.
I guess they just deducted that the top 4 guys are the ones that we care about in this draft, and that if we fall, we don't care about giving up the 5th.
I think that's such a miscalculation.
I would have done top 5 or 6 minimum protected.
That's nuts. Yeah, I would have done top 5 protected. Like I like once again like
they're likely to fall.
Yeah, you are statistically...
The flattened odds are make it so that it's more likely that you're outside of the top 4.
This is insane.
No, look, I think Zubac is good, but like, I mean, if I'm building around Tyrese Halliburton,
you need player 5 through 9. I'm sorry, this draft you need player 6. Player 6 in this draft is incredible.
Keaton Wagler.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna read you
Kingston Flemings or Caleb Wilson or
Nate Ament, who's coming on real well. I'm sorry. Like Darius Akuff. They're like this draft is deep through the whole lottery.
But you just tanked a whole season.
I'm sorry.
This is what I'm saying. Like once again, I just think if you're gonna have a gap year, you have to have those protections, and then it's 29 unprotected for the Pacers. I think the Clippers did good.
Yeah, this isn't good. Ament might suck. He's still worth the pick. Like that's the thing.
All right. So if the draft happened today, they have a 47% chance of losing the pick.
Yeah, and
53% chance of keeping it.
And they get the freaking the Clippers get to start building around Caleb Wilson or Keaton Wagler. Or Kingston Flemings?
Well, if it's 5, yes, but it's only a 14% chance it's 5. And then it's still a 26% chance that it is 6. I like this trade for the Clippers. I mean, if they had added a top 6 protection, I would have been like no-brainer for the Pacers. But top 4, that's a risk. It's gonna make lottery night a lot more entertaining.
let's not go crazy on the Koa-Pete of it all. But yeah,
see, I see people say that about Nate Ahmed. That's the guy that I see people that are like, he sucks.
Well, I don't think Koa-Pete or Nate Ahmed, I don't think either of them suck. I'm just saying that there are red flags.
It's an obvious fall off after 6 from
exactly.
from what everyone says. Like Keaton Wagler, Kingston Fleming's, Caleb Wilson range.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oof.
Kev being confident that Ahmed is buns, though, makes me pretty optimistic about Ahmed.
But I think from a calculator rap perspective that he might have just missed some signs about Queen last year.
Yeah,
that like Queen actually had some like real, like he might be pretty good.
Yeah, once again, 6 is the magic number for this draft, in my opinion. I've been saying for like about a month or less than a month, but like 3 weeks now that like there's the top. I have the top 2, then another 4, as opposed to 3, then 3. But the top 6 is huge. That's crazy.
Wow. Once again, I don't know nearly enough about this draft. I'm just going based off of what really people have told me because I've only watched the top 3 mainly. But wow, a shocker at the deadline. A shocker. So, I'm going to say Sam defends this trade.
Oh, of course.
I'm going to say Sam, because me and Sam always argue over this. I'm like, if you trust your scouts, like give yourself a chance to get like the top 6 or 7 pick. Sam's like, I don't know. Part of me might think that he might be like, what are they doing?
This is so stupid.
Pritchard is such a good GM too. He's usually like really on top of this shit. Sam defends the trade, but also does it in a Bill voice. All right, real quick, I'm gonna run and grab. Sam's gonna be here a little bit before 3. I'm gonna run and grab some water, and I'm gonna use the bathroom. But I will be back.
I'll answer any questions people have about the draft class if people have them.
Let's get it.
Like, yeah, if they stop tanking, here's the thing though. Like, I think it might be tough to get. Yeah, so they do have the opportunity now to just go up into the 10 up range. Sure. How's the PhD going? I am all but dissertation now. I'm doing my dissertation research now. My Twitter. We're getting a Hauser trade. I think it's possible. I think the Celtics might just be doing, generally speaking, tax reduction, not tax dodging moves. Scooble is a labor hero. No other choice was snubbed because the Academy hates Park Chan-wook. Does this draft have a Yang Hansen in it? Kind of. The international class in this draft is actually pretty weak unless you're still a believer in Dash Daniels. I do think Kareem Lopez has a high upside. Yeah, I can coup. I'm going to coup. The Patriots are in control. What's my favorite way to watch prospects? So I do use some definitely legal streams of the specific conference networks, and then I tend to somebody puts them together, not the highlights, not like their actual highlights, but the minutes they're on the court or involved in things, and just watch those back to back. This next year's draft class, it is possible that some of the freshmen and sophomore will go back next for NIL and shoot for a higher slot next year. I think it's definitely possible. But I think 6 is a pretty hard break for this draft. Is Wagler actually the greatest prospect ever or not, Darren? I love Wagler. Darren is just so special, man. Again, I don't think either of them are traditional point guards. I think they are. I think Darren's I think Wagler is really a shooting guard too, but they're both exciting. What I have for lunch, I made a chicken pasta with a green peas and spinach. My topic is math teaching anxiety for elementary school teachers. Sixers can't really keep their draft pick this year. If it happens, it happens. If I were Daryl, I would do stuff, but I would push in the chips for this. This is a Joel Embiid year. Go for it. I just am really happy. One battle after another or Sinners. Those were both in my top 4. I think I have one battle after another just over, but that's mostly because I'm a sucker for some of those visual aesthetics. Couch and Wagler's just a tall shooter from Kev. He's not going to be a star. Kev, I'm so glad that you're on the wrong side of this again. How do the Pistons not try and trade for Kawhi right now? I think because everyone's a little bit worried that Kawhi is just going to break at any point. Is Caleb a top 4 prospect? I have him firmly top 4. how's Bogle jumps to development? And it's not amazing. Hell yeah, 2 grilled cheese sandwiches from Kev. I love that for you. I watched Eddington. I've warmed up on Eddington as reality has warped to align with Eddington. Yeah, Caleb Wilson is a dog. Did I like the 28 Years movies? Yes, though I liked Bone Temple less than 28 Years Later. I like Secret Agent quite a bit. Yeah, Wagler's not a great athlete. He doesn't dunk, but like everything else is incredible. It's just he's going to be a useful player. Thoughts on AJ? AJ still has a high ceiling, and I think that there's a lot that could go right with him. A lot of stuff scares me off about AJ in terms of his performance against tough competition.
He might just be tall DeMar DeRozan, taller DeMar DeRozan, which is still a really good player, but
Caleb or AJ, don't like tell anybody, but it's Caleb for me right now a little bit. Like I'm really in on Caleb Wilson. How tall am I? I'm somewhere between 5'10" and 6 foot, depending on how much weight I have on me at a different time because of how my knees work. But I am secretly 5'6". I'm 5'6" spiritually.
Sam Sheehan.
Yeah.
Miami Heat are the only East team to not make a trade. Is that true? Oh yeah. Every single team has. Wow.
Where am I on Burries? Okay, so that's a tough one. Where like, I think that for everyone who doesn't know, Braden Burries is the guard from Arizona who has an insane steal rate, but also like kind of is weird in a lot of his stuff. I think he could be incredibly useful.
He went to Arizona, you said?
Yeah, he's gonna
suck. I'm not falling for Carter Bryant again.
That's fair.
I'm just riffing. I know nothing about him.
No, it's Carter Bryant fooled a lot of people.
Once March hits, then I'll be hopping all over. Especially now that the Sixers have. I will say the sicko part of me. I was so crushed about McCain getting traded last night, and then by the nighttime, I was like, "We do have a draft pick, though." I was like, I can care about the end of the first for the first time in years.
KJ McPippin asks, "Who do I like at roughly pick 24?" Morez Johnson Jr. Willis talked about
projected to go to us.
Yeah, your minute of
power
dread.
Forward, right?
Yes, he is the power forward from Michigan. I think he screams useful player. Like he's a sophomore, but he's not an amazing stocks guy, but he does everything a little bit right. And that's the thing.
I'm looking at a Tankathon right now. He's the guy if we have it. I'm just telling you, this is who Morey would pick. I think this guy's going to rise up boards just based on looking at this, though. I've only watched a little bit of Michigan because of Yaxel.
Yeah.
And Beef Stew Plus. There you go.
Other people that like KJ's asking for the 24th 4-ish pick because of the Rockets pick that the Sixers now have. I think there are a couple other guys that currently project to be about there that could be pretty useful for the Sixers. Again, Kareem Lopez, who's like the one international guy everyone should care about. I think that he is, again, useful style player. I also think that if I remember correctly, I think Dalen Swain is going to be around there somewhere. Useful style player. Adimara, I think, could be exciting. I just don't think that that Adimara is going to be a Sixers. Maybe he could be a backup big. In terms of UConn, it's Braylon Mullins, obviously. Like, Braylon Mullins is the best prospect. I think he's kind of fake.
Did Zubac get moved for the best assets at this deadline? It's either him or JJJ.
Yeah, almost certainly.
And this pick has a better chance of being a valuable pick, like 5 or 6. If it's 5 or 6 in this draft, oh my god.
Yeah, if the Clippers land 5 or 6, this is an all-time move from Lawrence Frank. I'll just say that right now, because again, getting to start with Keaton Wagler, to Kev's point, probably not a star, but getting to start around one of Caleb or again, Kingston Fleming's like. Jazz turned down 2 unprotected firsts from Pacers for Walker Kessler for Chris Haynes. I wonder which unprotected picks those were.
They wanted Kessler for the 2 unprotected first rounders, and they moved to Zubac when Utah said no. That would have been far out unprotected. Probably it probably would have been like there's no way they were trading this year unprotected. Dude, I cannot believe that they just traded away a potential top 6 pick in this draft.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, if the Clippers end up getting that pick, that's a great trade for the Clippers, who are going into. Kyoto texted in all caps, Daryl, trade the pick for the Clippers picks, because he thinks they're going to be able to nail this rebuild in the next few years, and then our pick's going to be worthless.
Okay, well, I don't know about that.
Yeah. We got Slop.
Kev is calling this a
ring.
Oh,
so it's gotta be a fake. It's gotta be fake then. Hold on. The last Slop dropping came. It is 20 minutes before the deadline. Tyus Jones trading him to for Malachi Branham.
Okay. They open a $7 million.
The Mavericks wanted him?
Sure, man. I guess the Mavericks.
For tanking down the stretch?
Yeah.
Smart call.
The Jazz are on Bozo watch for the 29, not taking the 29 and 31 first for Kessler. I don't think so. They're not doing. They just did a win now move. Why would they trade Kessler now? Like They're trying to be a 6 seed from here on out. Trading Kessler for.
I don't really care about that as much because I don't think that the Pacers are going to be that bad in a few years.
Yeah, again, like I think that's.
But if they have to pay Walker Kessler $35 million a year this summer.
If they have to pay $35 million a year, but if they have to pay him $25 million a year, I'm fine with that.
We'll see. We will see. Yeah, no one wants Cam Thomas. Imagine my shock. I genuinely think he's going to be overseas soon, like within 2 years. I'm just telling you, if there's a team out there that throws $35 million a year at Walker Kessler per year, if the Bulls just do that,
sure, that would be pretty funny.
What do they care? They're not going to be like, they're just like, here's $35 million for the next 3 years.
Will Cam Thomas be the first ever player on the qualifying offer to be waived? Is
that a real thing? I guess that probably would be.
That probably would be a real thing, you know? Yeah.
Because you wouldn't get offered the qualifying offer if you're just total dog shit. Hold on. Let me look at.
I've been trying to drink more water recently. We got I got my partner one of those the countertop ice machine, since we don't have an ice maker in our freezer, and I've been hydrating so much more.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my H2O intake up as well. Wow, I'm looking at the calculator rat stats, and they actually don't even love Walker Kessler as much as I thought they did.
No, he's like fine.
He's fine. Yeah. Interesting. That might end up being a massive mistake then, if that is the case.
I think
he's the kind of guy that like you could talk yourself into if you like. But then again, they're going to be better next year, so maybe he just needs the right set of circumstances.
Right.
Usman Jang to Milwaukee.
And Nick Richards to Chicago.
Wow.
Whoa, now.
Wow. Incredible.
Oh, Suns are below the tax. Oh!
We already knew that, though.
They're with the Nick Richards. They are officially below the tax.
Yeah, that trade happened hours ago, though. They traded him to Milwaukee. Yeah, they traded him with Nigel Hayes Davis to Milwaukee.
Owner FC undefeated.
We're dodging the tax. Demon Dang. All right. So I'm gonna pull up. We're gonna go through. I'm gonna pull up. Actually, we didn't watch. Let's watch Vernon's reaction to this. We never watched it.
Thank you, Adultery Productions.
All right. Ready?
Somebody's just gonna be again. You're sitting at the table, or you're on that auction, and you're like, "Bro, what's $5 million?"
I want it. Like, it's one of the. It's only one of these. It's only one of these 1993 Buff Bagwell t-shirts.
We just traded Jared.
We did just trade him.
Oh my god. Oh no.
How did he know? Did someone tell him in his ear,
boy.
producer?
Really?
Yeah.
Traded him
Yeah.
to the Utah Jazz.
What?
We traded Jaren,
What?
John Conchar. This is the report from Shams right now. The Grizzlies are trading Jaren,
no.
John Conchar, Jock Landale, Vince Williams to the Jazz for Walter Clayton, Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang, and 3 firsts.
Show Vernon. I don't care about this guy.
Oh boy. Grizzlies are trading forward Jaren Jackson Jr., John Conchar, Jock Landale, and Vince Williams. Good
Good
grief.
grief.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
He's just upset.
Walter Clayton Jr.,
It's not that
Kyle
good of a reaction.
Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, George Niang. When are the 3 first-round picks?
It doesn't say anything on when the picks are.
Damn, he looks fucking furious.
It's just depressing.
So, they definitely broke Verno, first off. I also just want to point out the thing I wanted to point out here was that also would have been me if I was streaming during the Jared McCain thing. So I would have just been like, what? And I would have been sad. All right. I'm being told to look at the Caitlin Cooper tweet that was sent into the Discord. Hold on. All right, brother, there's 100 tweets in the Discord. I don't know how I'm gonna find this. I'll just go to Caitlin Cooper's timeline. Caitlin covers the Pacers, so I'm assuming it's about the Zubac trade. She said no more half measures. Is that the tweet? The Pacers are going to have a lot of versatility. The draft lottery is going to be wild. I don't know which one you're talking about. It was from December. Okay, well, I don't know what to do then, because I send it into Slop channel right now so I can see it, because there's 1,000 tweets in Slop channel right now. It's fucking absurd how many people are fucking posting in there.
Yeah, by the way, the YKB Discord.
The Pacers aren't run by Nico, because it was literally almost this exact trade, except it was unprotected in 27 and top 4 protected in 29, and it was Jarris Walker for Zubac with Benedict Mathurin. Wow. That's wild. That I mean, they didn't unprotect it. But I would have rather given up a 27 unprotected than
I would
my
much rather
26
give up
top 4 protected this year, considering kind of the way that things have gone.
Because you might be good in 27.
I think they will be.
Right.
If they get, I mean, they're adding Zubac, Halliburton. I do just want to point out here before Sam joins, because we're going to get Sam here in a little bit. The Sixers' best player said, I hope we don't just dodge the tax at this deadline. And they did everything in their fucking capacity to make everyone in the fan base mad by not only dodging the tax, which whatever. You dodge the tax, you could have traded Eric Gordon and another minimum to dodge the tax at this deadline. Or Andre Drummond. You could have done that. But they traded away a fan favorite in Jared McCain. They added no players to make a difference this year. And they're rolling in with a decent but flawed team. And to me, this just signals they don't believe this Joel shit is sustainable. They think that Joel being healthy is kind of a fluke. Because I think if you thought that this was your last chance with Joel, you would be trading like the first you got for like Najee Marshall, or like trying to go get someone that could make a difference at this deadline.
Flom is happy, by the way.
He should be. That's a great trade for the Clippers. Please look at Pritchard's last.
I'm choosing to believe that Paper Bowl led to this directly.
That saved the Clippers.
Yeah, exactly.
The Garland era. I forgot Kevin Pritchard is a poster. He's on Twitter. He just said, "Here, I'll pull it up. This is great." God, you're the GM of the team, bro.
Dude,
I mean, he's a good GM, so he deserves benefit of the doubt. But oh my God,
Lawrence Frank finessed, because again, the exact way these protections work, for the record, is that literally the only way the Clippers get the pick this year is if it's 5 through 9.
Yeah.
And then if not, it just becomes those unprotected 29 and 31 firsts. So it's literally the unprotected 29-31 deal, except they also get the upside of maybe it's 5 through 9 this year.
So Caitlin Cooper tweeted and said this draft lottery is going to be wild after the protections for the pick came out via Jake Fisher. And Kevin Pritchard said, yes, it is. Popcorn, popcorn, popcorn. You're the GM, bro.
Brother, you cannot be tweeting this shit, man.
I know a degenerate gambler when I see one. Jesus Christ, dude. Unbelievable.
Again,
Unbelievable.
it is effectively literally just getting the 29 and 31 unprotected, with the upside that 31 could just be picked 5 through 9 this year.
Man, I said it was going to be a slow deadline. If you run down all of the things that has happened in the last week, even going back to the Trae Young trade, like, this is the most active deadline maybe in history. Like,
Maple, I don't think we're tax stocking. Tax dodging, not tax stocking.
The Sixers or the Celtics? That might be a Sixers fan.
Well, that's something very different.
We won the tax.
I was making a joke of the tax docking championship.
Don't take that away from us. That's all we have is not the tax. We're the best at it. Has any other team dodged the tax 4 years in a row and not gotten any better at the deadline? I think the Sixers team.
Yeah, I think the Sixers are the champions.
I think we have to legitimately start thinking about hanging the banners for these.
Dodge the tax.
You really need to, if you think about the accomplishments that every great organization has, can someone calculate how much money we have saved doing this? Can someone put it together so that we can figure out how much we've gotten via tax savings for this organization? Yeah, the Pistons did nothing. Pistons got Kevin Huerter. They said, we're good.
Sixers a perfect deadline, brought no one in, got rid of a young talent with lots of potential, and claimed every move was for the same purpose that none of them were needed for.
This is actually, Jake, thank you. I'm screenshotting this. This is a perfect explanation for that.
This will be a really good copy pasta for future deadlines as well.
Yeah, this will be good. This will be good to know. Thank you for that, Jacob. I appreciate it. Just a pathetic fucking organization.
You're right. By being below the,
I'm not even mad anymore. I was so sad about this last night. I have no emotions left. I think I crashed. I became Luke in the Discord, basically. I was literally just going insane. I cannot believe Daryl Morey still has a job. This guy's a fucking loser, dude.
You're right. It's not just savings. They get paid because they're below the tax. So they get a percentage of the tax. Wow. The Sixers are financing Josh Harris's moves with the Washington Commanders.
You know what? We're bringing something up.
Hell yeah. Bro, Bucks still have Kuzma, Bobby, KPJ. What are we doing?
You see this, everyone? You see this? Follows me? Get the fuck out of here, you loser.
Let's go.
Fuck off. Fuck you. God damn it, dude.
How are there like 28 good coaches but 5 good GMs? It's genuinely speaking, ni hao. It is legitimately speaking because where the skills have been going in front offices are far more. Everything's more speculative. Owners are more involved than ever before. Everything is like they brought in a lot of analytics departments. They dragged up from draft Twitter, and it turns out when you equally brain drain everywhere, it means that everybody's
an even playing field. It becomes an
Exactly.
even playing field over time. Yeah, I was going to say I should have said Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never work with him in the future. Before I blocked him. This is actually true. Basically, all the best teams except for the Knicks made a move. The Knicks got Jose Alvarado.
Yeah.
And Orlando did get better by dumping Tyus Jones because now they have to play Jace Richardson more, who's just better than Tyus Jones. We have a Japanese soldier still fighting in chat. Giannis is coming home soon. We'll
Peter,
see this offseason. We'll get it again.
Peter,
Although
the
I hope he
IO
just
move
extends
was
at this
better.
point. I don't want a Giannis trade. It would be good for business, but that's fine.
I want Giannis to retire a buck, and I think it would be nice if he could do his whole career there. Also, I just think that he if he's gonna ask out, just ask out. Don't do this half measure shit.
Talk soon.
Peter, they did the IO trade because they're not getting the Giannis trade here. That's not okay.
I don't think that's happening, brother. I was gonna say this is really the true victims. The Wolves will be fine. The true victims in not trading for him is the Heat. That's crazy.
Did you see the Heat, by the way, tampering for Ja Morant, but stupidly?
What did they do?
So Pat Riley floated it out there that if they got Ja Morant, they'd be willing to give him a 3 for $178 contract. And I'm like, all right, this is tampering, but also this is the
dumb.
Like,
why would you do that?
Right.
Why would you want to give Ja Morant in 2026 that much money? Maybe oh my God. We have Sam here. Guys, the deadline's in 5 minutes. I'm gonna add Sam to the stage. We're gonna start our tradition here. Sam, do you want to start with the one that will affect you the most personally, or do you want to start with the one that is the biggest trade that happened today? Because Sam has not seen any trades.
I was gonna say, well, okay. I did see exactly one trade. I'm hoping that's the one you're talking about because I saw that Chris Boucher did get dumped to the Jazz.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I was very excited about that one because I was very concerned that Josh Minot might get dumped today. And
hold on.
I don't like this reaction. I don't like what's happening.
Hand on shoulder.
No. What?
Josh Minot was salary dumped to the Brooklyn Nets.
Whoa, are you serious?
Yeah.
Why both of those?
They did both. I'll give you a piece of good information that did come from this. So they salary dumped him pretty much for, I don't even know what the return was. Was it a second round pick?
It's a second round pick swap.
Yeah, they just sent him to the Nets. He's
net. I'll say this, he probably wasn't going to end up on the roster beyond this season just because of the nature of his contract. And at least he went to Brooklyn, you said?
Yeah, they didn't send him somewhere else.
He'll play there, I feel like.
So I think they actually might kind of like him. He's
he's a good player. He's a genuinely very this is not the Minot thing is not, it's 20% a bit, but he's actually a demon, dude. I really think he's a real genuine rotation player. The Celtics were never going to be able to, he needs to get paid, and he's probably played himself into a $5 or $6 million contract. And just with Jordan Walsh and the redundancy, probably not. But I that's a bummer, man. I really had my hopes up about that.
Okay. So Minot is on the Nets. They did convert Amari Williams, though. They gave him a 2-year contract.
Let's go.
So he's got a 2-year minimum, they're still not out of the tax. They're still in the tax, but they save money on the tax. So the biggest trade that happened today, at first I was like, oh, this isn't that surprising, but the magnitude of the trade got different when I explained what happened. Zubac got traded to the Pacers.
So before we do this, what would you think a fair compensation for Zubac to the Pacers would be?
So I'm still kind of wrapping my head around that because I guess that makes sense.
Okay, what do you think the return was for Zubac to the Pacers?
I'm gonna guess Mathurin was in the deal.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Mathurin. I'm gonna guess Mathurin was in the deal.
No other players really matter. Picks.
Okay.
What do you think about picks?
The fact that you're asking me makes me think it was something insane. Did they put this year's pick in the deal? Oh my God, dude.
Top what protected?
Oh, better be 4.
They did top 4 protected, but there's a 50% chance that it's 5 or 6. And they lose that pick.
Specifically, Sam, they gave it protected top 1 through 4 and then 10 through 30. So they will only convey the pick if it's 5 through 9 this year.
Which it has a 50% chance of being right now.
What a funny, Stu. Okay, so what happens if the protections, is it a 2027 pick?
No, it actually just defaults to what apparently the package for that they were going to offer for Walker Kessler was, which is unprotected 29 and unprotected 31. It's always unprotected 29.
And the Jazz turned that down.
Yes.
For Walker Kessler?
Yeah.
Expiring.
Yeah,
Walker
restricted free
Kessler.
agent. Well, I said Dredd, I was like, all right, well, if they get Walker Kessler back at like 20 million and they want to compete, okay, fair. But if they have to pay, what if a team just throws $35 million? Like, if the Chicago Bulls are just like, here's a 3-year, $100 million contract.
Yeah.
And then they have to match on that.
I think they should have just taken the pick. I mean, I understand. Well, no, I don't understand, because this is before they did the Jaren Jackson deal. Like,
this was after they did the Jaren Jackson.
It was after Jaren Jackson. So it was.
Oh, they offered it now? I thought they were having.
It was apparently still on the table, but that's what we heard.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, weird. So it's a conditional.
So it's 2 firsts.
Okay.
2 firsts. This year's first,
okay,
which is top 4 protected. And obviously 10 through 30 as well. And then a 2029 unprotected for the Pacers. If it doesn't convert this year, it becomes unprotected in 29 and 31 to the Clippers.
29 and 31. And sorry, what's the second pick? I thought you said the second pick was 29.
It's always 29 unprotected, and then it is going to either be 5 through 9 here or 2021 unprotected.
2031.
31.
Okay.
31.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Interesting. I mean, hell of a gamble by Pritchard, dude. Like, I mean,
so Caitlin Cooper tweeted and said, well, draft lottery is going to be very interesting this year, the draft lottery. And he tweeted, yes, it is. Popcorn emoji back at Caitlin Cooper.
Pritchard did?
Pritchard,
yes,
Demon Pritchard.
He's a demon, dude. Unfortunately, like, I know he's people have their thoughts about what his let's say political leanings are, but unfortunately he is kind of a demon.
I think I gotta say, today makes me think he and a certain former or a certain coach Quinn, oh god, might have certain commonalities.
He and Nico he got Nico on the track, like it's
all right. Let me tell you the Sixers' biggest move of the day. You ready?
Okay.
The Sixers traded Eric Gordon to the Grizzlies for a second-round pick swap. They did nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the most obviously that happened.
Classic Snorri.
So did Io get moved today? I was hoping the Celtics would. Okay.
He was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves for
Rob Dillingham, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And
if you get the second guy, I'm going to be very proud of you.
They need Terrence Shannon too much. I bet it was Leonard Miller.
Got it. Leonard Miller, Rob Dillingham,
yeah,
and 4 second-round picks for Io, who's expiring.
But salary controlled.
I like it. I'm not. I like it. I'm not saying I don't.
Fine deal. Yeah.
But I am saying that Chicago got a ton of seconds at this deadline.
Yeah. What did they get? Like, well, hold on. Well, first of all, did they do any other moves?
They got 3 for Kobe White yesterday.
Yeah.
They got the swap with the Celtics. They did not trade Jalen Smith. They still have Jalen Smith. The only other moves that they made, they moved around. Like, they got Nick Richards. They sent Usman Jang, who they got in the Kobe White trade.
Terry go somewhere today?
He got traded.
Uh-huh.
Well, we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Did they reroute him?
There were actually 2 trades involving Dalen Terry. So Dalen Terry got traded to, I can't even remember.
The Yabu one was before I was off.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Yabu one happened, and then they flipped Dalen Terry to the Pelicans for Jose Alvarado. They sent seconds for Jose Alvarado.
Finally happened. They did get Alvarado.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they got Alvarado,
and they kept the Wizards seconds. Something we talked about with Buford when he was on is that seconds, with the way picks are being concentrated in 26, 28, and 20 or 29, seconds can be turned into late first pretty easily.
Yeah, so that trade happened.
Oh, and did you know why they made that move?
Oh, right, because Deuce McBride had surgery. He might be out for the rest of the year.
Oh, that's kind of massive.
This is why they made the Jose Alvarado trade. Yeah. So
that's tough, man. Like, they have like, with trading for Alvarado, they still only have like 7 players, dude. All
Well-
respect to Demon Tyler Kolek, but
I was gonna say Kolek is probably now moved down in the depth chart.
Yeah.
Clarkson. This is basically insurance to make sure that Jordan Clarkson never sees the court, which is what Will said when he was on stream. The Lakers did make a trade. They said rest of the regular season. When you have a sports hernia and surgery, that almost always means you're out for the rest of the year. But we'll see.
the Lakers made the trade.
The Lakers made a trade. They traded Gabe Vincent and a second-round pick to the Atlanta Hawks for Luke Kennard. They have more white shooters on the Lakers.
They have more white shooters
did
on
not
the
get
roster.
his.
No, he
didn't even put Dalton Connect in there. They put Gabe Vincent in it instead.
Yeah.
The white Furkan Korkmaz did not get his trade demand met.
Lakers have more white shooters than the FBI on their roster at this point.
I said a 4chan thread, but that one's also accurate. And also connected.
I was just gonna say we found out some information.
One of the
about,
this is actually very personal to Sam.
yes.
Cole Anthony was traded to the Phoenix Suns with Amir Coffey for
Is
Nigel
he gonna
Hayes.
play for them? He might play for them. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they have enough. They have a lot of guards. Devin
Gillespie,
Gillespie, Grayson Allen. Although he.
I guess because I keep forgetting every
Jalen
time I watch them, Jalen Green wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't back yet. So I guess
he is, but he is not.
Yeah.
Someone said more white shooters than Columbine. There were only 2 white shooters.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty easy.
That's not many. They could,
Your average
smallest
YMCA
it can be besides 1 or 0.
Goodwin too. They have Jordan Goodwin as well. I don't think he's gonna. I think
your
Cole
average
Anthony's
YMCA has more white shooters than Columbine.
That's facts.
So Amir Coffey and Cole Anthony were in that trade. Cole is probably just going to be a deep bench. This was a salary tax move. They just dodged.
I was gonna say, did the Suns get out of the tax?
Yes,
yeah, because they traded Nick Richards.
Wow.
And Nigel Hayes Davis. Nigel Hayes Davis stayed on the Bucks, but Nick Richards got sent to Chicago, and Usman Jang got flipped to the Bucks.
Put some fucking respect on my guy Ishbia's name, dude.
He's
mandated
doing it
veteran.
all this year.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Will the Celtics, unless they were going to do a Vooch reroute trade, we're not getting out of the tax. If anything, this means they won't be tempted to dodge it again next year to reset the repeater. This is fine. They saved some money and didn't.
I think they should have just kept Simons. I'm going to be totally honest. I mean, I understand that it's like $20 million, but like
apparently they actually like Vooch.
Well, that's ridiculous.
That's a red flag.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's like ridiculous. I didn't hit this point hard enough. Garza is like better than Vooch. Like that needs to be said. Garza's like not great, but like he is a better screener. There is like he's bizarrely like basically the same on offense, and then like in terms of like EPM and basically every advanced analytic you look at. And he's like he's a negative defender, but so is fucking Vooch. Dude.
I got to be honest with you. I'm surprised you're not a fan of this because the Celtics did do it in a way that creates one of the largest TPEs of all time, which does mean they can do shenanigans in the offseason. We're calling it the least used asset of all time, though.
That's what I was just going to say. I think that they did do that to kind of preserve, because this way they basically get to use the Porzingis. They get to do the fucking scam thing where they use the Porzingis one, kick this down the road, kick that Simons one's down the road, and then they will have the ability to add a guy if they want to. But like, I don't see them like actually doing that. I said this on Twitter. I think it's fine. I don't understand dumping Minot. Like if the assets were is the second round, I'm assuming it was not a meaningful
swap. I think the Nets actually want to take a look at Minot, and I think that this might be an agent thing where like they were like, hey, can you send him somewhere where he's actually going to get a chance to play? Maybe. And they were like, we have Jordan Walsh, we have Baylor Shireman, we have Hugo Gonzalez. Like he's probably just not going to get the opportunities.
He was buried, and like I get it, but like I don't know. Try to re-sign him to like a good deal, and then
was he a 1-year vet minimum?
Were there no picks in the Minot trade? Yeah. I thought there was a swap.
Well, you have to get something.
Yeah,
whether it's
something. There was something included. Yeah,
fake draft rights or something. That in order to make a trade, you have to do that.
Again, I was reading it as possibly an agent favor plus a money saving move.
Yeah, I just that sucks. Minot's like, it's a great move by the Nets, dude. Like he's a real fucking player. Like I'm staking my claim on this.
Whoa!
Cam Thomas got waived.
The most waived on the qualifying offer. What a man. Goodbye,
The Sixers need a guard.
Go get him, Daryl. Go get him.
Cam. If we get Cam Thomas, this season is over for me. I don't give a fuck about the Sixers season anymore. Fucking losers. If we sign Cam Thomas and he comes in and is just gets Daryl Morey fired, I will build a statue of him. I will build a statue of Cam Thomas in Philadelphia.
Dude, I think this is a huge mistake by the Nets. You can't get rid of your tank commander with 20 games to go.
I would be worried about that. Although he hasn't been playing recently and they were kind of ass anyway. I think they'll be fine.
Sam, you also missed Trill blocking Daryl Morey live on stream.
I did block him. He no longer follows me. We're no longer mutuals.
That's so funny. Wow. Okay. So honestly, this is more. I kind of expected to log on to 3-0 trade. I mean, there were 3-0 trades to be.
I mean, all the trades that happened up to this, because we didn't.
Yeah.
I do before we end up. While we kind of go through the stream here.
Yeah.
I did want to get your thoughts on the Kumingas trade.
Kumingas.
What?
The Kumingas trade.
Oh, I thought that was a bit.
Oh, you didn't see the Kuminga for Porzingis trade last night?
No. No, I must have missed it this morning.
It happened late last night at midnight. So it was
so funny. Oh my god!
But why they traded Luke Kennard, because they got Buddy Hield and Kuminga for Porzingis straight up.
That's so fucking funny, dude. Dude, what are the Warriors just giving up? Are they did they sell anyone else?
I think they're smart to do this. I'm sorry. I just think that they're looking at this season and they're saying Jimmy Butler tore his shit. We can't get Giannis. They tried to get Giannis and the Bucks didn't even entertain their offers.
Did they get picks for this though?
No.
So why is that good? I mean, it's
they
just
got off Buddy Hield's contract.
Oh, how much was
he's only guaranteed $4 million next year or $3 million, but I think that the consent that they've manufactured is that they like Porzingis and they've wanted him for a while, but he's also only played 400 minutes this year.
He's not. I saw somebody. Is that why I saw? Because I saw somebody. I did see. Somebody sent a tweet before I had to tell my friends to stop sending me things because I was doing this. Somebody did send a tweet that was, they really let us get this demon, and somebody was quote tweeting it saying, These box scores are from the Obama tan suit, era. So that I guess that's the kind of cope that was going on. Dude, the Warriors.
So my theory was that he was going to link up with Brian Johnson and get a blood boy, and then it was going to, because he listened to podcasts and he said, "Get me to Silicon Valley.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to meet Peter Thiel and I'm going to learn how to extract blood from a younger person and cure all of my immune system deficiencies."
He loves racist white women, dude. If you follow his things, there's a lot of
he's just a fascist.
As I say, there's Trad Kathy with a Polish flag, and it's her in a sundress, and her saying they all need to go back, and not elaborating on that.
Yeah. No, that's I mean, once again, that will be that will be great for him when he meets some of the minds that are controlling our country.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely going to the right place.
All right, Will can't join us on stream, but he has suggested that we read his thread.
Okay.
Can I do a dramatic Will reading, if that's okay?
Absolutely.
Sure.
He said no to $15 million this season so he could have a no trade clause. He was so fucking bad, no one wanted him at $6 million. One of the biggest losers of all time. My least favorite net ever. A delusional, selfish loser who has no interest in getting better.
Oh, was there no other tweets following up there?
I'll keep reading.
I have Will muted because he was trolling me. So that's why I can't see the tweets under it, to be clear.
Hated all his teammates the whole time. I wish this asshole nothing but the worst. I have truly never enjoyed watching anyone less. Represents everything with what is wrong with basketball and the way people consume it. He will be in China in 2 years.
I really do think there's a chance that Will is right and that he is in China in 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
All right, what team do we think is going to pick him up now?
Are the Memphis Grizzlies perverts enough to? No.
I was gonna say, could it
Great
be
for tanking.
I know.
Yeah.
Mavericks could also consider.
Mavericks.
Lakers. He's such a Laker, dude.
What about the Jazz, just to make sure they can tank this year?
Somebody told me the Mavericks were interested in Tyus Jones. Did that?
Oh, they got Tyus Jones.
Oh, they did. They got him. Yeah, that was
okay.
the other trade that we didn't say.
Okay,
It was Malachi Branham for Tyus Jones. So Malachi Branham is on the Hornets. They got him in the Anthony Davis trade.
Oh, also, we forgot to mention Denver ducked the tax.
Yeah, they dumped Hunter Tyson to the Nets.
The Nets got everybody.
Oh, Pacers for the tank.
Oh, Pacers for the tank. There you go.
Yeah.
So that they can try to keep their pick.
God, poor Nemhard.
What if he
getting
accidentally
ripped
has
off.
a heater? I tried to
That'd be
tell
so
everyone
funny.
that the Sixers weren't doing anything, and no one listened to me. Oh, Will's back.
There we go. He's
Alright,
ready,
can you
dude.
guys hear me?
I can hear you, but it's very quiet.
I'm on my fucking phone because I can't set up my thing again because
Okay.
I have to go back. This is the best day in the Nets in at least 2 seasons.
Since the Mikal Bridges trade.
Dude, this fucking guy, oh my God. All anyone ever talked about was how the Nets didn't give him a chance and the Nets failed him. He shoots 20 times a game. He has a 35% usage for 3 years. He is like the 6th highest usage in the NBA. All he does is get chances to do whatever the fuck he wants. The Nets literally had like a buzzer beater to send the game into overtime, and he didn't even stand up from his chair. Like the entire team is jumping up and down, dancing, and he's not even watching the game. He is the most selfish player I have ever seen in my life. Like, genuinely might be my least favorite athlete of all time.
Where do you think he ends up, Will?
He does feel very Laker coded.
I feel like it's a Laker.
Yeah.
I feel like the Lakers are going to sign him, and their fans are going to be so excited, and JJ Redick is going to
Or-
bench him within a week.
Or maybe Clippers, because he's like,
Yeah.
I'll be the best player on that team.
Honestly,
This is my fucking team
Just-
now.
yeah.
I'm clearly better than Darius Garland, who actually is an
Oh.
NBA player.
Yeah. That's
wait, what
from
happened?
From Mark J. Spears, Cam Thomas comments on the wave. Super excited to ready to actually help and contribute to another team. My next team is getting elite scoring, good playmaking, and a good combo guard.
Is that real?
Might be. Who cares? It's spiritually real. We're in a post-truth
Spiritually
society.
real. Yeah.
Hey,
Spiritually, it feels
So
real to
he's
me.
a warrior?
Sam.
He would love the Warriors.
Sam, Cam Thomas has played 600 minutes this season. Guess how many steals he has?
It's actually crazy.
Four.
That is
Four?
exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Sam is tapped in, right? I think he got every question right that we asked.
He averages 1 stock per 100 minutes. He has 4 steals and 2
Incredible.
blocks in 600
Absolutely
minutes this
incredible.
season.
The reverse Derek White. The inverse Derek White, baby.
Yeah, I have to go, but I thought you guys would
Absolutely.
enjoy
Alright.
my little.
Godspeed.
Congratulations,
Godspeed. Congratulations on Demon Minot. You're gonna love Demon Minot.
I'm gonna
King.
find a clip of him complaining about his role and put the war is over it.
Let's go.
Unbelievable.
I know that it shouldn't matter. I'm annoyed that we've got Demon Minot. I'm worried. I think Vooch sucks, man. I'm sorry. I'm planting my flag on that right now. If he plays in the playoffs for us, we're not a real team.
Yeah, this is once again. This was why I was Tank FC at the beginning of the season, for the record, because they were gonna do this bullshit. But it's fine. It's whatever. It's just just have a fun time.
Wait,
Lock
who waived
in.
Mike Conley? The Bulls? Or
The
he
Bulls.
was in the Hornets, right?
We knew he was getting waived. Like
We
that
did know,
was-
but now it's official. And if he goes back to Minnesota, that's the funniest thing that's ever happened. Because
Awesome.
first off, it rarely ever happens that a guy can get traded and then end up
Yeah.
back on the same team. Their fans have been pulling their fucking hair out trying to get rid of him.
He just comes back.
And
for
he's
more.
just like Barney appearing behind Mo in the bar
Yeah.
when he throws him out. It's that meme.
Yeah, that is pretty
But to
funny.
be fair, they got Io, so I don't think that he would play for them anymore. I think Io and Bones are going to be the backup guards, and then they'll just start Dante.
What I will say again is that it's all just jazz right now. It's nonsense. It's absurdist. Maybe Vooch will be great in the playoffs. Maybe he'll be terrible. Maybe it's just you just gotta enjoy the ride from here on out and hope that whoever the Celtics take with the 27th pick is like, I don't know. I would love me some, if I have to learn Flory DeBunga I'll learn Flory Debunga. If I have to learn Isaiah Evans, I'll learn Isaiah Evans. Who cares?
Yeah. My issue is just everyone's been like dunking on me for like all season for like, why did you care about getting a big in the draft? Why did you care about getting a big in the draft? And I'm owned. Hugo's been great. That was a great pick. Now all of a sudden it's like, well, we had to get Vooch because we needed a big. Shut the fuck up. No, we didn't. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I don't
Life
know.
is so hard for the Celtics.
You're correct, but also there were no bigs that we could have gotten that mattered.
Yeah, I didn't want to get a big. I think we should have just done the Terrence Mann trade with the Nets but just given them a first. And like, what's the difference between the 27th pick in the draft and the 32nd pick in the draft we gave up to give Vooch? Like,
the contract, isn't it easier to do the contract for the first round picks? Although the new exception with the second round might make it
that's
easy.
what I'm saying. There's a second round exception. So I don't think it does matter. Like, and then we would have actually gotten out of the tax. So I don't know. I've had so many Celtics fans replying to me. It's like, well, we got out of the first apron. That does not fucking matter at all.
Getting out of the aprons doesn't matter, really.
Well, getting out of the second does.
Second apron would.
Yeah, sure.
But the first apron, all it means is that you can sign buyout guys, which doesn't fucking matter. Everyone's like, well, no, it's the trade matching with it. No, that's
what is the buyout market going to look like? Let's see. We have Mike Conley, Lonzo Ball,
Cam
Thomas, Chris Middleton, maybe.
Yes. Sam, to be fair, there is a difference in matching salary.
We're not talking about the Celtics stuff anymore.
No, I'm just saying for first or second apron. I just wanted to point that out. There is a slight difference in terms of what you can.
Are those the four best guys that are going to hit the buyout market?
But it won't matter for next year though. Like it's a moot point at the trade deadline. So I'm annoyed.
Oh, Hayward Highsmith. He's probably the best guy.
Oh, you're right.
Is he healthy?
If he's healthy,
I would like the Sixers to sign him. If that would be a nice pickup. Hold on.
Have buyout guys ever mattered? Very rarely.
Somebody replied to me because I went on a rant about how buyout guys don't matter, and somebody had like one example, but that was like the only one they could think of.
PJ Brown.
I don't think it was PJ Brown.
Kevin Love was a good one.
Kevin Love was a good one.
2023 was I think those are the two best probably. 2023 Kevin Love for the Heat. Okay, Haynes tweeted that Highsmith is healthy now. I would like to go get Hayward Highsmith.
Yeah, he'd be great. He'd be great for a lot of teams.
We need a point of attack defender. Who, I mean, he's not great, but he's just a fucking fringe rotation guy.
we need a Josh. Josh is going to be stuck on the Grizz in perpetuity. He's just going to be a sin pig for them.
So with the Celtics, they converted Amari Williams. So are they just carrying 14 guys?
Currently,
they're probably going to get a buyout guy.
They'll get a buyout.
But you have to have 15, right? You can't go the whole season with 14. I think after the deadline, you have to have 15. I could be wrong on that.
So is Ron Harper Jr. starter from?
I was going to say they might start. They might convert Ron Harper Jr. into a regular contract.
I was going to say usually you just convert your two-way guys because we're converting Jabari and Dom, but we still have one extra roster spot open. So we're either going to have to use it on Charles Bassey or we're going to have to go get a buyout guy.
Noah was saying that it's likely,
hey. Losing McCain in order to convert Barlow makes me resent Barlow. That didn't need to happen. That's a lie. They literally could have converted Dom Barlow. They could have dumped 2 minimum contracts and converted Dom Barlow. That is just a bullshit fucking lie that their PR spend. They do this every year. The flexibility to convert the guy. Bro, you literally could have, with the Paul George suspension, made it so they could have dodged the tax and done it.
Yeah.
They did dump Eric Gordon. It didn't. All they would have had to do was dump Kyle Lowry or Justin Edwards or Janai Broom or any of these veteran minimum guys. This is a fucking lie. Fucking bullshit. I hate this shit. Also, Dom Barlow's good. He's actually one of the few moves that they fucking made that I actually really like.
It's kind of crazy. The Heat were literally the only Eastern Conference team to make no moves.
No way.
They were the only team that didn't make a move, which is classic Pat Riley. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go to Austin's timeline. I can't remember. What's Austin's handle, the really funny Heat Twitter guy? If anyone can remember his handle in chat, let me know. So his tweets
I'm assuming Giannis didn't get traded.
Yeah. So 2 things happened. I forgot, or 3 things happened. So first off, a team put out that they pulled themselves out of the Giannis sweepstakes.
Jeff Shirley, thank you.
Because they didn't think that Giannis would be content to be behind their star. And we're pretty sure it's Minnesota. Right. And then afterwards, we know that the Bucks, or at least the Warriors, are floating that the Bucks turned down the Warriors for unprotected first that they can offer package. Finally, the Bucks are now saying that they believe they can build the championship roster around Giannis.
What did I say on Monday, dude? Like, this is clearly Giannis trying to force his way out without asking out, and they were never going to do this. They just did due diligence to keep whoever his agent is happy. Like, hey, we tried. Like, this was always getting done in the summer. Like, this was the most nonsense thing of all time. Shams Charania, you are going to Magneto jail, dude. I'm putting you in Magneto jail.
Stop. It was all for it. Once they knew, like a day or two ago, and they kept going with it still.
Yeah,
it was obvious that it was just for clicks. Once they knew that it was beyond the point where they were going to trade him, and they didn't admit it until like 2 hours before the deadline.
Pat Riley has been asphyxiated in a bowl of porridge for 3 hours. he's dead.
Also, the Shams are out of services.
Dude, we need Woj back. Like, I know Woj is like evil and like not a good guy.
No, Woj is dark woke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He
told
Josh Holloway to fuck off. So,
yeah, I was gonna say we need him to be on these streams telling Josh Harris to kill himself.
Yes, Woj, come back. We need. This is what happens in monopolies, dude. You need competition. Like,
yeah. Exactly.
I need someone to step up. Sorry, Dredd, what were you gonna say about Noah? Noah reported something about Celtics?
Oh, no, Noah was suggesting that Ron Harper Jr. is a likely conversion to
there you go.
regular contract.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to friend of the pod, Jake Fisher, for crushing this deadline. Mark Stein crushing this deadline. They were really carrying it on their back because they got a lot of shit right. Unfortunately, Chris Haynes might be washed. He has been getting
the briefs are soiled. Those briefs are soiled.
The Haynes briefs have been soiled this deadline because the slop drops were not good. He said Io and Kobe White both weren't going to get traded, and then they both got traded within 24 hours, which is a tough look.
Apparently, very funny that apparently fucking Dumars was not bluffing.
Yeah, seriously.
They just did nothing besides the
Jose trade.
Besides getting rid of Jose Alvarado for seconds, which is so funny because Jose told them he didn't want to be traded.
Yeah, he's the one guy who really wanted to be there. By the way, Boucher's getting waived by the Jazz.
Yeah.
That's our buyout guy.
Yep.
There you go.
All the Sixers fans in the Discord when Boucher got traded were like, "We're safe. We're safe." They're not safe. I'm sorry, Boucher.
I'm sorry, dude. He's by far the way. I like regularly forgot he was on the team, dude.
Well, I'm going to regularly forget he's on the team when Daryl Morey tries to spin this as a big ad, even though he hates Nick Nurse. Where he's going to do it anyway because he's a fucking pervert. And he had a good EPM 2 seasons ago. Chef Trilly Austin, who's really funny on Twitter, all he posted was someone named Brady Hawk, who covers the team, posted and said, "This leaves Miami Heat as the only Eastern Conference team yet to make a move at the deadline." And he quote tweeted it with a quote from Pat Riley from last summer saying, "Pat Riley says Miami is finally moving on from the run it back phase."
Run it back phase.
I mean, realistically, I don't think they should have made trades. If they made trades at this deadline, they should have been selling trades.
Probably, yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
They should have been trading Andrew Wiggins for a first-round pick. Exactly. But what I'm saying is, and the point that was brought up by Austin and a lot of people on Heat Twitter, and they're completely right on this, you had years to build a Giannis package, bro. You knew Giannis was going to eventually get to a point where, and then you could have the Godfather offer to the Bucks, and if you just put that offer out there, that you got to make them say no. And if they had this offer at this deadline, they could have been like, "Hey, let's blow them away with this offer. We got first-round picks for Andrew Wiggins. We got a first-round pick for Tyler Hero. We sold high at the right times on these guys, and now we can make a trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo." And instead, they got too cute again. They just got really, really, really stupid from them. Honestly, Daryl Morey and Pat Riley are both fucking washed as shit, dude. They're fake demons at this point.
Pat Riley, unironically, might be like one of like a bottom 5 GM in the league. Like,
if it weren't for their scouting staff, their scouting staff is still great. And Spo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even think it's like mostly Spo. This is what I'm saying. Because a lot of people, like, obviously Brad Stevens has done a great job. I think an enormous part of the Celtics' success is Joe Mazzulla's coaching, because they hand him these fucking guys and he does, like, he maximizes them. And I tweeted this the other day. He's kind of turning into baby Spo, where, like, you know, a guy is getting maximized. You just hand him like a given minimum guy. And Pat Riley's been eating off Spo's back for fucking years now, dude. He's fake demon. You're right. Fake demon.
I'm being informed that Spike Eskin is calling Daryl Morey a fraud on WIP right now, and that the Kane thing might actually cause the break in their relationship. I'm going to be very seated. I might try to go to the rights to Ricky Sanchez if they do. I don't know if they're doing a live podcast, but we're in New Orleans at the same time as them, so that would be fun to see if they get.
Is it the same week?
Yeah, they're there at the same time as us.
Dude, we should just fucking go, man. Like,
I don't know if they're doing a live pod though. I'm not sure if they're doing, but
okay.
They're doing.
So what are they doing there? They're not doing a live show.
Well, they go to the game. I don't know if they do a live pod.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, by the way, there are 3 teams over the second apron, or the first or second apron. Excuse me. So there are only 3 teams that did not get below at least the first apron.
There is a live pod. Let's go, Sam.
Let's do it. Let's fucking go, man.
I'll hit up Mike and see what the deal is.
Sam, with your psychic powers this week, can you give me the 3 teams that are over the first or second apron? Every other team escaped both aprons. There's only 3.
Over the first apron.
And one of them's over the second.
Okay, I think the Lonzo move got the Cavs under, right?
Incorrect. The Cavs are over the first apron.
The Cavs are one of them. Okay, so Cavs are one of them. I bet the Warriors didn't get under.
You are correct. Number 2 is the Warriors.
Yep. And then what would the other one be? I don't think the Timberwolves got under?
Timberwolves did get under.
They did get under. Okay.
The Knicks?
Knicks, there it is.
There it is. Wow, good.
Cleveland, New York, and Golden State remain.
I was going to say, I knew they had a lot of
above the aprons.
So that payout for the Sixers isn't quite as high as they thought it was going to be. It's probably going to be like $4 million instead of $6 million. Well, more Barry Jackson water carrying. All right, I'm going to go see what Barry Jackson has to
Let's
say.
Go. We need to read that. Barry Jackson is appointment viewing after the trade line cope. He's awesome.
I will say he's been more honest about things. He's just kind of like, whatever. Miami went all in on Giannis, made everyone but Bam available, but it wasn't enough. They decided not to pursue Morant after much discussion. They ultimately stood by their core fundamental principle of not ever giving up on a season and trading players for future picks, which is fucking stupid. They remain hopeful they can make some noise in the playoffs. The first response is someone with a video of people dancing, and it says Mickey Arison found dead. God, people are just fucking absurd, dude.
We forgot to do one move that was very important, Sam. I really apologize for this.
Okay.
But when the Sixers dumped Eric Gordon, they did get back a very important asset.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this part.
And that is the rights to Justinian Jessup.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Even Justinian Jessup, dude. Franchise altering.
He's coming home. He's coming home.
We're going to have to bring him over. We're going to have to get him a visa because he actually does not currently have a visa, I believe.
That's awesome, dude. I'm very, very silly, stupid deadline. Honestly, like, way more shit happened than I thought was going to, though. Like,
the days leading up, like, everyone was disappointed that deadline day was relatively slow. And I was like, well, we got like a normal deadline day combined with like a crazy deadline week.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the deadline week was money. Like, Jaren Jackson Jr., Harden, Garland, like,
Anthony Davis,
Aaron
like, McCain, fucking, like, Zubac today. Like, there were big names.
5 pretty big.
Porzingis, like, Kuminga. I know Kuminga won't matter anymore because he's off the Warriors now. Who else?
Why did the Hawks do that?
I think the Hawks were just like, so my theory on the Hawks is that their new GM likes to have tradable salary.
Okay.
So when he traded for Porzingis, he was like, all right, we have Porzingis as a tradable salary. If this works, great, he's good. And if not, we can trade him at the deadline to get an option to have like flexibility on, because Kuminga has the team option.
And I think that's smart, by the way. I totally agree with that. I think that I think you guys are stumbling your way into that with Paul George here, like beginning next deadline.
Yeah.
You know,
I was going to say, it's like break it up into smaller contracts so that you can flip guys and have moves to make. And that's apparently something that he's talked about since he got there. And I think this season was always a tested out year for the Hawks anyway. And they have someone else's pick. So they have 2 other teams' picks. Although that Cleveland one isn't looking quite as good as it did.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it still is an asset. Like,
yeah, it's going to be a late first, but like, I mean, them getting Harden, I think that the Cavs are going to end up as like the 2 seed or maybe the 3 seed. Like, I think they're going to go on a run with Harden here at the end of the season.
Yeah,
they're like the 4 seed right now. I think they jumped up to 4. They just have to pass the Knicks and the Celtics.
Did the Magic do anything besides dumping Tyus Jones?
No, but that's such a win for them.
I mean, it is a win for them
because now they have to play Jace more, and Jace is just better than Tyus.
Yeah, 100%. But like, I'm just saying,
thought they were going to trade Goga or Jonathan Isaac, but they didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say that's like pretty interesting in itself. God, I can't believe I have to watch Vooch for fucking 3 months, dude. I was coping so hard. I really thought we were gonna like flip him for.
I wanted to flip him for Clay. That was my hope, because then we could get the rights to courtside batting Megan Thee Stallion back. You know, it's been a while.
That would have been awesome. She's coming home.
I'm kind of surprised the Mavericks, the Celtics didn't entertain that, but maybe they want to see what they have in Vooch instead.
I think they want to see if they can use Vooch next year. I think specifically, like Brad.
Could the Mavericks have done that though? Because don't they have a bunch of money? Aren't they up against the apron still, or did they get under because
they were under the apron before they did some of the end of the deadline moves? There would have been enough room for the Mavs to do it. It was one of the
because they were hard capped at the first apron.
Yes, which
was so funny. He did so much stupid shit, dude. Nico was a disaster in his last year.
There was about a 2-hour window where that could have worked, and then the other moves were made. I think that Brad has always fetishized Vooch, like he just has. He wanted to draft Vooch. He's liked Vooch. Like the reality is that I think that they're going to try to see how he looks next to Jaylen Brown, and then if Tatum comes back, they're going to try to see if Tatum makes up for some of his weaknesses. And it's maybe they can ride him into next year as an offensive focus center, but who knows?
I don't know. I think Vooch is fine. I don't think that he's going to be. I think he is someone that's targetable in the playoffs, but I do think that as a pick and pop big, I think that he'll be fine for you guys.
We don't need that. We're fine in the regular season, dude. We've got like a +7 point differential right now.
How old is Vooch? 33.
33.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember we drafted him when he was in college, or when I was in college. We were in college at the same time.
Hey, by the way, important correction here. Justinian Jessup is from Colorado and therefore probably has U.S. citizenship.
By the way, he's 35. He's
35. Jesus Christ.
Me and him were born me and him, both just 2 guys that got our start in Philadelphia, at 35 years old.
It ultimately like doesn't matter. I'm just so fucking annoyed, dude. Like doing nothing, giving up a good
classic Sam as the Celtics stroll to 50 wins without their best player.
I knew that was going to happen, so that's not news to me.
No, I'm just saying that you being upset
believed in the Celtics.
It's like you being upset every transaction.
You believed in the Celtics just because you wanted to own specifically me, but also the Jason Tatum.
Yeah, well, the Tatum stands because
you were
everyone.
Right. Derek White is apparently the greatest player of all time because Jaylen Brown didn't even play last night, and he was like a +28. I'm like, how does this guy keep doing this?
It's a good thing the Celtics don't need their first or second best player because they're both teammate merchants.
Dude, Derek White is so good that he has been pretty much a disaster on offense all year, and it does not fucking matter. He's still like a plus-minus deep. Like he's still so good while shooting like 39% from the field. Like,
did you guys convert Ron Harper Jr.?
It looks like we converted Ron Harper Jr., which I think is great. I think
that's fine. He balled out yesterday. So like that. Good for him. Good for him, man.
I do wonder if we're looking at a situation where Don Barlow tries to squeeze more money out of the Sixers, because now we have a little bit of money under the tax, and I'm wondering if his agents like give us a 4-year like $15 million contract or something like that. But very, very stupid. Love Don Barlow. Happy that we're keeping him. Hated every other thing about our deadline. I appreciate everyone for coming out for this. We got over 400 people, almost 500 at the peak, I think. This was an amazing Slop Fest. You guys, Giannis tweeted, oh God.
Yo, Giannis, he did the Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving.
I knew he was going to do that. Oh, by the way, teams were trying to get Kawhi. I don't know if you saw that, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the Clippers didn't trade him.
I heard that teams were, I mean,
we did hear rumors that he would be okay with the trade.
I was gonna say, if it wasn't, I doubt anyone put like a serious business offer on the table, though. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
the Sixers should have offered. The Sixers should have said, "Take back Paul George, and we'll give you your picks back, and we'll just wipe our hands clean of this, and then just make a run this year." And Kawhi's contract is less money.
That would have been perfect. You know, like why would you not do that?
Yeah.
The Clippers. Well, but they also
Sean,
don't make the draft.
Shout out to Sean, the
Let's
DJ
go.
from our live show, Sean Mick, hell of a guy,
legend. Yep. It's sorry I wasn't here for all of it, so that people can watch me melt down about I can't believe that.
We got plenty of streaming in this week. It was great. It was a great trade deadline week. We're gonna take a short break, and then we'll be back next week. And also, we have New Orleans the week after that. So we keep things rolling. Come to NOLA if you have last second five flights to go to Mardi Gras with us.
It's
gonna be a family affair.
So everybody else can do it. I'll read you something for the Books of Earthsea if you come. We've got a whole bunch of these. I made Dredd so excited his camera froze. So let's lock in.
I bought that edition for my mom for Christmas. I love that. I love
so
that book.
Illustrated too. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Take care.
Peace.